Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is a fellow Canadian. The channel's called Cruising on the High Seas and Travel. The creator behind the channel is Rob. He will talk cruising and travel whenever he gets an opportunity. But in the meantime, he does a lot of different reviews, especially of local either fast food or restaurants. I recognize almost everything I see here because he's only a few hours away from me, so I'm familiar with all the different restaurants and things from which he's been doing these food reviews lately, including the Shamrock Shake. I missed my opportunity for that this year. Cruising on the High Seas and Travel is very much a part of the vibrant and exciting cruising and travel community that has really exploded over the last couple of years. He's involved in all kinds. We'll see Rob today, guaranteed, on at least a couple of other channels in thumbnails because of the StreamYard panels that he participates in, let's say. Cruising on the High Seas and Travel is officially on the road to 1K, and he's actually moving right along at 939 subscribers, so we'd love to push him towards that 1,000. We know it's an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. He's got some shorts on his channel that have gotten into 1,200, 1,800, 2,400 views, and then live streams on the channel. He does some of his own, but like I said, he will hop in on StreamYard panels with a lot of familiar faces. Eddie Lugo Studios and Cruising is Fun Anytime is there. If we roll over a bunch of these, we'll see lots of other creators. So there's opportunity to make friends on his channel as well. We see he's got quite a few live streams set up, including starting on the 1st of next month, which is just a couple of days away. So thank you, everybody, for coming in. One thing I probably don't mention enough is the idea that I am very thankful for all of the kind words that are mentioned in the chat right before we start. You know, I don't see everything. Sometimes I'm a little bit later getting ready. Today I have that sinking feeling that I forgot something, but I'm sure that I didn't. And I do see a lot that comes through, so I appreciate all of that. Jesse Journals and Unboxes is in the house. You know what? I was there for the premiere. I swear I was. And I was working on the computer. I had another window open, and I must have had the volume down. The whole premiere ran. And then when I next moved the window, I looked over there, and I was like, oh no, the whole thing's already passed. So I went back and skimmed back over it. But Jesse Journals and Unboxes drops a premiere every Sunday, 2 hours earlier than now, 3 p.m. Eastern. And we'll see if Just Jason Keto and more comes in, because I got another special message for him as well. One of our dearest friends who's been with us from the very beginning, about 4.5 years now, is Jaden Suh. And he's always in the background. He's always hanging out. And he's been with us for years, but he's got a birthday coming up, what I believe is tomorrow. So thank you, Scratch and PPA, for giving me a reminder. Lots of us, message each other on apps like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm on all of those, of course. And I really do appreciate the help that everybody gives when it comes to the idea of keeping up with everybody in the community, because, we just keep growing and growing. It's a lot to keep up with, but we want to make sure everybody gets recognized, especially, when they have been a part of the community. We know people are doing things for others, and it's nice to celebrate milestones with people. Even if you're not somebody who likes to celebrate a lot of milestones for yourself, a lot of your friends and what we call family here will want to celebrate for you. So these are just ideas. Scratch and PPA and Michael's Adventures, along with I Am Betty J Gathers and Sam's Vlogs, Trains and More, are all on the wheel as beloved and dedicated moderators. And then we've got Tampa's Creek Homestead and More, along with PK Adventure Travels and the Bud Files. And as we see more members in the chat, I'll add them onto the wheel. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And we'll get around to some more introductions in a quick second here. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. everybody will be willing to connect. So please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. And if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Sam's Logs, Trains, and More, like I said, happens to be here as a beloved and dedicated moderator. He's also a member, one of our longest standing. He might be our longest standing, actually, and he comes from the UK. We'll talk about his content in a second. And then Rocking Keto, Amy's live in a couple of hours. Thank you for coming in. All that fluff and stuff from Australia. It's good to see you here. They've been with us from the beginning. Peaceful Des, I really enjoyed the live stream the other day. They went to a 10 killer meetup, which is usually a large meetup with lots of different channels. It certainly was. Lots of familiar faces over there. I'm always happy when somebody can stream from those events. And then I see Tim Mitchell coming in. I'm going to get them onto the wheel right now. Cruz Bolero's here, as well as Stitching It Up, Capturing Country Life. They're live every day. Driving Daily is in the house, a longtime friend now. And Forever Goshlin 3004. And they went to a Boiling Point restaurant. Is that for making just soup? Or is that, like, do they specialize in soup, or is that a seafood place? I'm just curious. Sometimes you see restaurants name things like the Captain's Boil and things like that, right? Drunken Chef Barbecue, good to see you in the house. Florida Claimers Ted does a lot of lottery ticket scratching. Lisa J. Stocks, I just caught her live not too long ago. And lots of action happening in the stock and crypto markets. Music Fest fam is here early, so thanks for coming in. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. And when we look at Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More, we see that no yeah, with the volume down, Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More. But yeah, I always have windows going, even if I'm working on a computer. But the other thing too, I'll use an excuse, but I have two monitors in front of me, right? And they're very much angled, but I also had, and this is a bunch of nonsense I'm saying right now, so forgive me, but I had an operation a long time ago. I used to have a lazy eye, and I got it fixed finally after decades. I should have done it 30 years ago. But when I got it done, apparently, because it's a muscular change that they do, I don't have the same peripheral vision as everybody else. Now, I don't know if that matters, if it's my glasses or just, you know, I'm concentrating on one thing over here. But if I'm looking at one screen, I cannot see what goes on the other side of the screen. That's why I always miss the Stream Boss situation. I don't have large monitors. I like smaller monitors. I would have 19-inch ones if I could, but the smallest I could find when I needed them was 21-inch, let's just say. And well, the reason why I say it's nonsense is just an excuse, but I have always at least 4 windows going with either playlists or channels and things like that, and I had set up Jesse's today long in advance, waiting, so that's why I was ready to run the premiere, but yeah, these things happen. KY Philly Diamond Painting More, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in for the first time. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. And then, yeah, Sam's Hogs, Trains, and More, chosen first by the wheel. We never know how long it's going to take to get picked by the wheel. Martha Makes Art, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. When we talk about the idea of swapping playlists, it's a simple arrangement that anybody can make here in the chat. We talk about it all the time, where you're just agreeing to run a playlist of videos for another creator, and they're agreeing in return to run an entire playlist of your videos. And you can imagine that when somebody runs an entire playlist of your videos, your watch hours are really going to grow. But the reason why I push it so much here is because when you trade favors with another creation, you have the opportunity to start a true friendship. And the idea then is, as creators become friends, they will be there for most of what you're going to come out with, most of the videos and things you're going to release over the next year and into the future. And this can give your channel a really strong and solid foundation. If you think about that, when you can start getting dozens and maybe even hundreds of people to run entire playlists for you, your watch hours are going to start to grow exponentially. This is where we really get a great benefit out of it, if that makes any sense. So if anybody needs me to elaborate, I certainly can, but it really is that simple. There's just Jason Keto pardon me, I know he told us, at least our moderator group here, that he was doing his premieres on Saturday mornings now, or dropping videos instead of doing premieres on Sunday afternoons. I checked today so that we would have moved a few minutes if we were going to crash into him for this one. I can't avoid everybody's time slots, but you know what I mean. Jason's videos are usually only 5 or 10 minutes. At least when he's doing recipes. He live streams as well. And then Awkward Quilter, Georgia, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. That's a nice way to celebrate. Forever Goshlin 3004. As soon as you get 711 subscribers, we got to keep that in mind. That would be a cool idea to carry forward, let's say. Again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. And yeah, all that fluff and stuff is far ahead of us. For me in the Eastern time zone in Niagara Falls, Canada, it's just Sunday night now, not even dinner time almost, but all that fluff and stuff has already got their next week started. And the Wheel of Doom, yes, the Wheel of Doom was named by our friend Mr. Naz years ago, actually. And we keep the name just for fun. And then when we look at Sam's Logs, Trains, and More on the screen, like I said, he's a beloved and dedicated moderator and member. And this creator is going to bring us a lot of train videos, of course. Some of them are of the trains themselves. Some of them are of the stations they depart from. Once in a while, he'll head to a different kind of place. I had to do a second look when I was watching one of these videos today because these model trains were on the tracks, and I was like, oh, that's an interesting older train. And I'm like, oh, wait a second, no, that's a miniature. And Sam's Logs, Trains, and More will bring us all sorts of trains. He's usually out at different stations. Sometimes he takes trips himself, but he catches like every kind of different train you can find. I didn't even know some of these had become so futuristic, let's just say. Once in a while, he'll do something like an unboxing video if it's appropriate. He's got lots of shorts on the channel that feature some variety. And these have gotten into 3,900, 4,900, 7,600 views. And then live streams on the channel. So his 9-year anniversary, I missed this. I'm sorry, Sam. I don't know how I missed that. Sam's Logs, Trains, and More will often do live streams for either special occasions like this or channel updates, or he sometimes plays games on the channel, basically like trivia or a Q&A style game. And he does these not too often lately, at least once a month, but he's another creator who can go live whenever he wants, and he'll have an audience in the chat because he's been so supportive to other people for all these years. Like I said, he's been with Superchat from the beginning. So again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Tim Mitchell, hopefully I said hello. I got you on the wheel. Cruz Bolero, I think I said hello. And then let's spin the wheel and we'll see who's coming up. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Now, Tampa's Creek Homestead is a grandmother and granddaughter duo, and they seem to be live frequently. Let me head over to the live streams here. So they got plenty set up. I've got notifications on for those. We set notifications, pardon me. We set notifications for everything we see, even though we have the notification bell on for every single channel. And that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. This channel, though, this grandmother and granddaughter duo, sometimes they have guests on the channel. They do a lot of different things, both in the live streams and their videos. And I've caught them many times, actually. They've got shorts over here as well. This gives you an idea of a lot of the variety. They might do a little bit of travel, but they're indoors, they're outdoors, they're doing just about anything at all. They've got 6,300, 8,600, one over 13,000 now, which is great to see, and then videos on the channel as well. So you can see I've been lucky to catch quite a few of these lately, but they'll take us traveling if they can. Otherwise, they're either indoors or outdoors. Lots of family togetherness on this channel, which is wonderful to see. And 920 subscribers, so they're also on the road to 1,000, like we said about Rob from our featured channel for today. When we read the About section, we get an idea that this grandmother and granddaughter duo are just living a simple country life, but they're going to bring us all different aspects of their life. They've got tons of variety here since they wrote that About section. So Elfish Tanks and Cooking with the Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. Good to see you in the house. And Cake and Meat Eat Day with Cherry, and that is Danforth Avenue Wellness from Toronto. Good to see you in the house. I'm going to spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready to go. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Oh, it's me, Alec. Forgive me. I didn't say hello. I did see you come in. I know you've been here for like 10 or 20 minutes already. Foodie's Vacation. Good to see you in the house. Foodie's Vacations. And then, yeah, I thought I missed another channel. Hopefully not. I don't mean to miss anybody. I know I say it 1,000 times. K-Dog's Kennel. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. They're brand new. Good to have you here for the first time. And for anybody who is brand new or waiting in the background for the 20-minute timer, our instructions are always in our video description, so you can figure out how to get the most out of your time. And that means connecting with other creators as well. And then Joe Valdez, Video Game and Movie Exercise. Good to see you in the house. Backlash Fisherman. He was live earlier today. Matt was fishing. I think it was this morning, wasn't it? PK Adventure Travels is Ryan and Mel. And I just watched another video today. Another cruise and travel news kind of video. They do a lot on this channel. They do a really thorough job with all of the different types of travel, particularly cruising. They'll bring us through ship tours and amenities, room tours, and things like that. What Ryan and Mel do in their videos, though, is they make sure their videos are action-packed. So the information and the entertainment doesn't stop. There's no fluff here. There's no filler. And I think it's one of the reasons why I was taken away with their channel in the first place many months ago, but I enjoy watching it now. I look forward to these videos. So Ryan had an interesting video here. He will give us news stories, and they could be about particular people, incidents that have happened, or it could be updates about cruise lines. Like, for instance, I think he said Carnival here is starting to charge outside, even if you buy these new drink packages and things that they've had for the last 5 or 10 or whatever it is years. You can still get charged more and more. There's a lot to learn when it comes to the idea of going on a cruise. I worked on a cruise ship for one summer 100 years ago, and then a lot has changed since then. But one of the things I was reminded of in that video is we got to think about our phones and our chargers and everything like that, because a lot of us here in the Superchat family, a good percentage, are in North America. We have lots of friends in Australia and Europe and all sorts of different places. Everybody here has viewers from around the world. But it's something to think about, because you might find yourself going to travel just about anywhere, but particularly on a ship, find out that none of your stuff is going to plug in, and then you're going to be forced to buy more things. But those updates are really cool. Ryan has different things to say at least once a week, and then Ryan and Mel together are bringing us all kinds of travel content. When they get into shorts, they've gotten into 10,000 and 12,000 views on some of these, with a small bit of variety here, and then live streams on the channel as well. They're live every Wednesday. I have got their oh, am I wrong? I'm saying Wednesday. This was a Saturday one, right? Yeah, I missed this. How am I missing everything? You're going to listen to me whine and complain now, because with the notifications and everything, I'm snapping lately. You'll notice that a few times a year, usually when either the seasons change or those time changes, for those of us who do that and this and that, somehow YouTube shuffles the algorithm and the recommendation engine, some of the channels that you've been seeing regularly lately, you won't see. And then some of the channels that you haven't seen for a while, all of a sudden start showing up again. In your recommendation engine or in your recommendation feeds and in your own live streams and premieres and things like that. And you have to shake your head and wonder to yourself, how is this possible? Why am I able to catch some people all the time and then I miss people all the time? You can see I've been lucky to catch, how do I catch PK Adventure Travels for 3 live streams in a row and then I can't catch them for another 4 or 5 in a row? It doesn't make sense. We got notification bells on for every single channel, and we set notifications for every live stream and premiere. So that's my rant for the day. Wheat's Heart, good to see you in the house. And then hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Stitching It Up, Capturing Country Life is the same creator behind Dreamland Soundscapes. California Ford 44, good to see you in the house. And I know I say it a million times. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention TuberChat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Yeah, thank you, PK Adventure Travels. That is that helping hands for cruising is something where you can correct me if I'm wrong, but we've been seeing this for several years now. My understanding is that these, what happens is somebody will do a stream or a collection of channels will do live streams. And what happens is they're helping for a nonprofit organization that sends somebody who otherwise may not be able to have been on a cruise. And I think it's a really cool thing. And they were a part of that this time, which is great also. Tim Mitchell is a fairly new creator in the TuberChat family. They've been with us for a couple months now, very much connected with Cooking with Munchie Mafia Official. This creator's actually done a couple of live streams lately, and I see they've actually done a couple more now. When I'm going to take one of these and put this into my catch-up list for today, because I see that they have yet to put another video, but they're producing for the Munchie Mafia Official channel. So they got 74 subscribers right now. Let me drop the link in the chat for everyone. When we find channels under 100, often it's tough to find them in the search results. Now, it really is a better idea for us to search, find, and click on each other's channel names. Here, I'm trying to save time while we're all sitting here waiting for the next channel to come up, but you understand what I mean. The channels that are hardest to find are the ones that need our help the most. But the more we search, find, and click on each other's channel names, the more we're going to rise up the search results, and eventually YouTube will do a better job of predicting when we're looking for each other's channels. Your search results will be different than mine too, because some of that has to do with geography. Oh, Florida Cleaners Ted had a video flagged for terms and policies or guidelines and things like that, and then StreamYard's having a lot of trouble. What we have found over the years is whenever we have a platform, it doesn't have to be YouTube, it could be Streamlabs, it could be Nightbot, it could be anything else. When there's a problem, it usually dissipates pretty quickly. Most things on other platforms seem to be fixed within a day or two, at least in my own experience. YouTube can take up to 2 weeks sometimes, but eventually everything does seem to get, dare I say, fixed. But you know what I mean. I missed a question there, and I'm just going to go back and try to... I'll see if I can catch that. The terms of service violation was cleared up, they said. Beltloop 29, good to see you in the house. I've got them on the wheel. Pardon me, I know there was a question there and I missed it. Here it is, Rockin' Keto Amy. How do you send someone your playlist? You can just grab a URL for it. I'll try to show you one in another second here when we get to another channel that's got a playlist on it. Hopefully I'll remember. And then Rockin' Keto Amy's asking about software to bring guests on. So anybody in the chat can answer, and please do. But what I have noticed over these years is StreamYard is the most popular among the TuberChat family. We used to use it in the beginning before I switched. I now use Streamlabs Desktop. You can do it, but I haven't tried yet. And then OBS apparently has ways to do it. Some creators are using Restream. I use that system for our copyright-free music channel. We'll go look at that in another couple of hours. But StreamYard seems to be the biggest one, and you'll recognize it right away when you see all these different creators doing live streams, pulling guests up on the panels, even in the thumbnails and rollovers you're going to see from me here today with different people's channels. And then if anybody needs me to elaborate or if I've missed anything, just please let me know. Pardon me, Tim Mitchell is working on the first 100 subscribers. They got a few shorts over here as well. And like I said, they've started live streaming, which is great to see. And then when I put up Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official, we see a creator that's going to bring us into the kitchen for lots of delicious looking content, as you can see. Oh, Evie Mux. And then there's XSplit is another platform. There was Melon for a second there. I think Streamlabs changed that to some other name now. Streamlabs Studio or some other thing. But StreamYard is the most popular. I know a lot of people are up in arms and really angry with StreamYard for what they did with everybody with their subscriptions, including me. I accidentally paid for it for 2 months without realizing they'd up the price. But instead of letting everybody know that they had a new plan and then giving people the option to up the price, they just made everybody pay double and then opened a new plan so you could downgrade. So I just downgraded, so it didn't hurt that bad, but I don't blame anybody for being really angry with them. The Musical Kill Shot, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then... oh, StreamYard is free to start with, I believe. Anybody could correct me if you're wrong, because I haven't used it myself for many months now. But as far as I understand, StreamYard has a free tier, and you can put up to like 6 people on the screen. You have to have the StreamYard logo, but that's fine. Everybody does that. And then only when you start getting to a point that you're going to want the other features that it has, then you can pay for it. But my understanding is that it's still free. Oh, is that what it's called? Talk Studio Streamlabs? Yes, Talk Studio. That makes sense, BeltLoop29. Thank you for that. They called it Melon for a second. I think they bought another platform and then renamed it. Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. I just watched the squid video. For me, it was a little bit squeamish. I used to be a DJ, and I started running nightclubs many years ago. But during that, they used to send us to a lot of parties and things like that for the liquor companies and everything. So we went to this one party one day, and they were making these interesting drinks. One of them had squid ink in it, and it is the richest, heaviest drink I've ever had. And I did not like it at all. My dear goodness. I don't eat a lot of seafood and things like that. If it's not salmon or sole or haddock or things like that, I just don't bother most of the time. But it's really interesting to see how this can be prepared. And then they talk about the idea of if you get a squid that's got a lot of ink in it, what you can do with that. You can use it to flavor rice and things like that. I have a lot to learn when it comes to the kitchen, but Munchie Mafia Official is going to help us with that. When we look through the videos, you get an idea that they're not just teaching us some of the recipes and things we can make, but they're talking about the kitchen tools, how we can maintain them, and the different things we might use in the kitchen to make the things we want. They've got shorts on the channel. These have gotten into almost 600 views on a couple of them, and then live streams as well. So they're live pretty frequently. I've been lucky to catch them, I think, a couple of times, at least once. And then hopefully we'll catch them again. Like I keep saying, we got notification bells on for every single channel. And then thank you, Peaceful Des. One of the things I don't mention often enough is the idea that here in TuberChat, a lot of creators that have been here many times before, or literally for years, will not go to a brand new channel that they see in the chat right away. They want to start a conversation first. They want to make a judgment call, watching how everybody's interacting in the chat, so that they can see whether somebody might be a loyal and dedicated supporter before they will connect with them. And with good reason, but it's just an idea. DeFam Adventures, I've got you on the wheel right now. I'm just going to try to push the extra channel that they have. I think it's the official. I keep getting this backwards. The official, unofficial, off-topic squirrel. From the beginning of Superchat years ago. We're almost at 5 years, by the way. This Saturday is 5 years. I have said some of the channels with the longer names seem to be easier for me to remember. And then Lucy Warren's World, good to see you in the house. They're out supporting people all the time. The unofficial official off-topic squirrels, more random content from the same creator behind Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official, and of course Tim Mitchell. When we look at shorts on the channel, we see that these have gotten into 700 views on one of them, and I think this is a newer one with 1,000 views. Actually, we've seen this a couple times, 1,000 views on one of the shorts, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel as well, so they've been doing a few live streams up until a few weeks ago, and we'll see if they're going to continue those. We got notification bells on for everyone. Rushing Wind Mountain and Gloria's Platter, good to see you in the house. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into TuberChat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Kitty Life of Road Trips, good to have you in the house. Thank you. You made me laugh. And hopefully, again, I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Gloria's Platter, a dear friend's been with us from the beginning. Yeah, so like I said, this Saturday coming up is 5 years of TuberChat, if you can imagine that. And when we look at the Bud files, we're going to talk about their content in a second. So several creators have more than one channel, and I don't necessarily want to recommend that anybody start more than one channel. But if you already have one, anybody that has more than one is welcome to come in here with either of them or even both. The only thing is we're very focused on the way that we connect with everybody. Always authentically, always following the full procedure, right? Watching a video, leaving a comment, starting a conversation, becoming friends. We just don't want to have people like, hey, I've got another channel, come get it. Like, because that's not authentically connecting, right? So it's just one thing to think about. We want to treat each channel as if it's its own thing. And then, thank you, Gloria's Platter. And yes, Florida Claimers Ted, I'm shocked that a lot of these companies haven't come out with apps yet. I happen to be a programmer and a developer as well. I get how that stuff works, and it boggles my mind how they haven't come up with programs and apps yet. Computer Chick Productions, good to see you in the house. They've been on YouTube for what I believe is 19 years. YouTube itself has just been here for 20, so they've been here from the beginning, basically. The Bud Files has been with TuberChat from the beginning as well, at least 4.5 years, and this is a family of creators that seek to be modern-day archaeologists. The idea is to uncover history and digitally preserve it in video. They do that with a lot of outdoor adventure, usually taking us to abandoned locations, graveyards, cemeteries, and things like that. But they've added a lot of history onto the channel over the years. They've got a series called Way Back Wednesday, but they post several times a week, actually. I'm just going to grab one of the latest outdoor adventure videos. They take us not just to touristy places, but some more lesser-known touristy ideas, let's just say. They bring us into their home as well. They've got a lot of variety in the shorts videos. This is where we get to see the family together. 3,400, 5,000, 15,000. on one of these, which is great to see. And then live streams. I've caught them many times, both indoors and outdoors. They could be singing, dancing, playing games, bowling, and throwing things through the house, or they could be taking us out for late night looks at different either parades or Christmas light displays or other outdoor adventures. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Bud Files. They also do a spectacular job of keeping track of a lot of their regular supporters, let's just say. So they do shout out videos frequently, and when they do, they introduce us to a lot of their friends. Henry Leslie, Vermont, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then the musical kill shot hopefully will help you get a little bit of a foundation going today with a few loyal and dedicated supporters as friends. Duchess of Darkness, good to see you in the house. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. What we're going to do right now is take a break for a few minutes. We'll come right back. Right before we do that, I'm going to play a clip for a few minutes, and that is from an interview series that we now have on the Superchat channel. There's 4 episodes so far, 2 more on the way. These conversations go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long. We call them interviews, but they're really friendly conversations. But I tried to ask the featured creators for their opinion without adding a lot of my own, because I want to hear what they have to say. They are going through all the same things that we are here. They've been with us for years, and all of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. You mentioned the idea of shorts, so that gives me an opportunity to jump right into that. So, in every one of these interviews, I'm asking about opinions, about shorts, how we can get them to work for us. But you're the first creators that I'm talking to that have broken off into a shorts channel. I also noticed that you took the shorts off of the original channel. I'm assuming you uploaded the same ones over there, and now you have over 350 shorts on that channel. At last look, it was, I think, your fastest moving short video on the shorts channel, which is Unstable TV Shorts, has 22,000 views, and you're already at 768 subscribers. So the biggest thing that I think people are going to be wondering about that is, how do you feel about your decision to break your shorts off into their own channel?
So the reason we did it in the first place was because we felt like the shorts were distracting from our long form videos, because we were getting a lot of views and attention on the shorts. But while we were doing shorts and long form at the same time, it's kind of like the long form was pushed to the back.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So that's the reason why we split off into a shorts channel by itself. So we kind of use that for just, skits and memes and stuff, and then we use it for promotion videos for our main channel as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you said some of our highest viewed videos on the shorts channel, they are clips from our long form videos with the link in it to send it back. So we just kind of felt it didn't sit right with our channel to have it all together. So we said we'd try and split it and see if it worked.
Yeah, because when we first put them up, we had like you're saying about the YouTube algorithm and stuff, and when you're watching the metrics go up and down. When we start putting the shorts up, the videos that would usually go up and probably after a week they performed the way they done were pushed to the back.
Yeah.
But how we felt from how we were watching our analytics, for anyone watching, do make sure you check your analytics out regularly. It does help.
Yeah.
And there is a research tab as well, so check that out as well. It helps with your channel. Because you get an idea where your viewers are coming in and what they're researching as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just a tip for everyone. On the main channel, it didn't sit for us, but even scrolling up and down and how it looked, we didn't like it. But we used the shorts as kind of a voice, say things you can't really say on the main videos that might not go with YouTube's policies. We have a lot of fun with pranking each other and stuff like that. What we have noticed though with our shorts, anything to do with relationships or pranks wise, that skyrockets for us.
Wow.
But if we do say a trend of meme, sometimes we might get something and sometimes not.
Yeah.
But we've learned that shorts really help us have them crazy ideas where you just get a bit wild when you're filming on YouTube and you're I want to do this, or maybe this might look funny. It's kind of to make ourselves laugh, and then just go that direction with it, and just come up with crazy stuff then.
All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at the Fam Adventures, and this is a channel I'm still getting to know, but we'll talk about their content in a quick second. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody coming in. One of the things that did happen just as we went on that break there is K-Dog's Kennel, who's brand new today, just grabbed a silver membership. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. We always put members onto our wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, and then I'll start adding names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. I'll probably do that starting with the next break that we take in another 20 minutes or so, or half hour. Pardon me. And then moderators always are added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat as well. The extra thing that you'll notice, first of all, when they got that membership, you will see that their link was dropped a minute ago. And then as a silver member, that means that starting with the next stream, they will be seen in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, just like these right here. So you have that to look forward to. But thank you again. I've got you on the wheel for now. And then Crystal Sparkle, yes, is another dear friend. And thank you. as I know, I put the super chat goal thing on now in every stream, and I do appreciate that kind of support when it comes through. But here in Tuber Chat, things like memberships and super chats are not necessary. Always appreciate it. Again, I can't say that enough, but I don't want anybody to feel obligated. Everything here is open to everyone. You certainly don't have to super chat every time and things like that. And over the course of the stream, I insist, we will always add at least a couple of names from our chat list. Some days are busier than others. The other day, because we did a stream on the holiday, we had a much slower stream than usual, so we were able to get to a lot more channels than we usually do, which was great. But we do what we can and make sure that it definitely is not pay to play here. So we'll get to as many channels as we can in the next couple of hours. But I just wanted to say that, because it's a thought. Crystal Sparkle, though, is somebody who has been an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And I was talking about this in an interview. I think it was with Be Amazing Sylvia, because we've got 6 of these things now. And in our interview, I was saying, it's a wonderful feeling. You don't want to have to be missing from YouTube for, any more than, a day or 2 or hours or, whatever you want to call it. But it's nice to know that when you're having impact on other people, what will happen is that if you do have to disappear for a day or 2, somebody will come looking for you and say, like, hey, I haven't seen you around. What's going on? And a lot of us do that kind of thing for each other. I've had it done for me. I've reached out to a lot of different creators. But Crystal Sparkle is somebody who's been here 1 million times before. I counted, it was 1 million. And then just not for a couple of weeks now. But it's good to see you back in the chat, and thank you for that. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. So we'll look at Crystal Sparkle's channel next. She's still been putting out videos, though. I saw that. Defam Adventures, though, is a channel I'm still getting to know. So when we have a look at their About section, we see that they're going to bring us, it looks like variety. Yeah, it looks like they're doing all kinds of fun things. They're literally telling us it's going to be variety. So this, like I said, is a channel I'm still getting to know. But for that reason, I'm going to take one of their latest videos. They're in Georgia, too. I have family in Atlanta. I'm going to put this video into my catch-up list, and that will give me another piece of content to watch. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Tuber Chat is that over time I get to know the channels. Then over weeks and months, by watching videos, hanging out in premieres and live streams, I get to know the content as well. Shorts on this channel feature more variety, a bit of travel, it looks like here. And yeah, there we go, on a cruise. Yes, there you go. Pool on a cruise ship. Yeah, I have to wonder about that, right? Cruise ships are not always going like all over the place. That's not how that works. But they can move when the weather is bad. 2,100, 2,500, 3,000 views on a few of these shorts videos, which is great to see. And then they've got a stream coming up tomorrow as well. And then we see this. These are those StreamYard panels, right? This is what we see all the time. Actually, I was there for this one, yes. And then they have lots of familiar faces here, so we'll likely meet some friends when we're over at their channel as well. And Defam Adventures has been with us for a while now. Forgive me for not remembering how long. I'm not sure if we've just had your channel on the screen a couple of times now. I think this is the 2nd time. But we'd love to push them towards the 200 subscribers we know that they're thinking about. And then Crystal Sparkle's coming up. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Yeah, I'd like to think that everybody is probably thankful for the friends that we make. It's the #1 thing that everybody seems to say is their favorite part of the YouTube journey, myself included, is the friendships that are made along the way. But we have to be really thankful because if you think about it, I go back to 2019, 2020, there was not a lot of cruising and travel content at that time. and everybody here knows why, especially not cruising. So we didn't have any of that to enjoy for a long time. And then all of a sudden, a couple years ago, it's getting on almost 3 years now, 2.5, 3 years, we started to have a lot of cruising and travel channels coming out. And I think what happened is just an opinion, but I think what happened is because we were starving for that content for so long, people weren't able to make it, people weren't able to share, that now we've got a vibrant and exciting community of travelers and especially cruising that has built up. Incredibly supportive, not just to each other, but here in the Tuber Chat family, it's become a large part of our family here. All that fluff and stuff, thank you for the gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. It's an incredibly generous thing to have done. Like I said, we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. It's the same reason we're looking at Crystal Sparkle right now. They dropped a super chat. So for that gifted membership, we're going to look at all that fluff and stuff in another moment. We'll look at that channel next. We'll get back to spinning the wheel soon. All that fluff and stuff's been with us from the beginning. So like I said, almost 5 years. Down the road, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative is in the house. I'm going to get them onto the wheel because they happen to be a member. KK's Travel and Education Vlogs, good to see you here. And just for the sake of saying, I hope he didn't miss it. I'll try to remember to say it one more time today as well. But our dear friend Jaden Suss, some of you have seen in other channels. He's usually in our copyright-free music channel. He visits me on my channel. We see him with Pete and other people, I believe. But Jaden's been with us from the beginning. His birthday, I believe, is tomorrow. Scratch and PPA reminded me that today. But he's usually listening in the background. And he's been a dear friend. I've known him well for all these years. So hopefully everybody will wish Jaden a happy birthday. Malou, a football boy, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Geek Culture 101, good to have you here as well. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Paul's Green Space, good to have you here as well. Forgive me if I missed you earlier. And Crystal Sparkle is up on the screen. So this is a creator that's going to bring us to a lot of conventions. I think she updated her banner, actually. And what she did is actually she went to a lot of these, I think a year ago or like over the last year, and then has chopped these into a lot of different videos. So a lot of these conventions are going to feature cosplay. They had a lot of My Little Pony. You know, we used to use the term brony. I don't know if we still use that term or not, but brony was an idea. And don't ask me why I know the names Fluttershy. Oh, I can't remember the name of the other pony. My son was very much into these when he was growing up. My sister had them when we were kids. I'm old enough to remember the original My Little Ponies and used to bring my G.I. Joes to play with her My Little Ponies and Transformers and every other thing. But it is a vibrant community, my dear goodness. And they've got some shorts over here, 3,100, 3,300, 18,000. Live streams are something that Crystal Sparkle will bring us when they can. And then the latest video that I watched was interesting. Is this the one? I think it is. This DJ did a good job. They had, let me see if I can roll over. I'm just going to show everybody this for 1 second. We don't watch videos, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. I had not seen a dance party like this at one of these conventions ever. Not like Comic-Con, not anything. Look at this. Unbelievable. The DJ's rocking the house there. But Crystal Sparkle brings us this kind of content and is here in the Tuber Chat family and in our live streams regularly. So thank you again for another super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated. She's working on 1,500 subscribers. And I'm hoping that we can push this channel towards the 1,500 that they're thinking about. And then, oh, thank you, Geek Culture 101. Yeah, things like memberships and super chats, I know I've said it already, absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated. But we will get to as many channels as we can, even outside of that kind of thing over the course of the stream. Judgment Day, Mike Harper, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And for everybody, I know we got a few new channels today, so for anybody that's brand new, our instructions are always in our video description. And forgive me while I try to catch up with the chat there, hoping I'm not missing too much. The Mukbang Show with Kid Wonder, good to see you in the house. I think that's just their membership rolling over, but they've had multiple memberships on this channel for years. Kid Wonder, behind that channel, has been so supportive, even in the beginning, before Superchat was even a channel. He's been with me 6 years now. And Kid Wonder was featured. Kristen Welton was on episode number 1, of course, because you can't be more supportive than she is to me. But Kid Wonder was so supportive in the beginnings of Tuberchat that he was featured on episode number 2 as the very first channel chosen out of the community, let's just say. The JGSA Posse Official, good to see you in the house. I hope I said that right. And then, again, hopefully I'm not missing anyone. All That Fluff and Stuff gifted a membership, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And Geek Culture 101, I've got you on the wheel. I'm just making sure I'm not falling behind here. Fairbrick Studio, good to have you in the house. All That Fluff and Stuff comes from Australia, and they've been with us from the beginning as well. So I keep saying this. I can't remember how long everybody's been here, but we did have a flood of creators come in right at the beginning around 4.5 years ago. That a lot of them are still with us today. Gloria's Platter, some of our moderators like Michael's Adventure, Scratch and Pete PA came in right after that. Jesse Journals and Unboxes, and Jade and Sa and a few others, right? And pardon me, I'm about to start talking about the content on All That Fluff and Stuff's channel. Izzy Pop, good to see you in the house. And P&J's Homestead Adventure, good to see you in the house. I'm going to get them, Paula and Jason, onto the wheel as well. Izzy Pop, I heard what I was listening when you were talking earlier. She was saying, yeah, she noticed like that I will mention when the channel comes up in their live streams, the conversation can go just about anywhere. I say that about a few people. Sometimes people start their live streams with a purpose, right? It could be an interview. It could be a talk about a nonprofit organization. It could be a talk about something that a lot of creators share together, of any type at all. And then sometimes we start live streams and they just go into whatever comes up, and that's kind of the idea. Izzy Pop is on frequently, a few times a week. All That Fluff and Stuff on the screen right now, like I said, comes to us from Australia. I'll talk about their content in a second here. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And Blessed to Crochet, good to see you in the house. All That Fluff and Stuff comes from Australia, and they typically bring us out on the water. They've expanded the content on their channel and have gotten into more variety. They're literally Monday morning for them. They've started their work week already. When we look at All That Fluff and Stuff, we see that they post occasionally, but they're already over 11,000 subscribers now. And like I said, they've been at this with us from the beginning. So they've grown. They've been incredibly over-the-top supportive to a lot of their friends, I'm sure the majority. And then when we get into shorts over here, 14,000, 18,000, 82,000 on one. I think that's the first time I've seen that one, which is great to see. We know that they are monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Pardon me while I just pull an extension off here. I was experimenting with some of these play all buttons. This is how sometimes I can get away with running playlists, running a lot more videos than a playlist would allow. And then All That Fluff and Stuff has done a lot of live streaming as well. So like I said, sometimes they're on the water, but they've really expanded the content on the channel. They got into a lot of cooking videos a while back. I forget if those were live streams I thought they were doing. Lots of members only content, which is great because we know they've been monetized a long time as well. When we dig through the videos, we see creators evolve over the years. I remember before they were doing their thumbnails in this style and things like that. It's interesting to look back over the last 5 years and see how channels have progressed, right? Or in some cases, the time and consideration that went into planning before they even started. And you'll see that as the day continues on here. We still got another couple of hours to go. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. We'll do a 1-hour music stream later today as well for an hour before Michael's Adventures drops a premiere, so we have an extra hour and probably a half to continue connecting the same way we are here. Izzy Pop, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support and all that fluff and stuff. Thank you so much for the gifted membership. I really do appreciate that as well. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. We'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. I was looking for Music Fest fam. I'm not sure if they're here. And we'll see what's going on with Izzy Pop in a quick second. If I type in Izzy Poppers, it will come up. And let me grab the link for this one. So links are usually dropped as long as Nightbot and everybody's working. Links are usually dropped when super chats and memberships and things like that happen. And actually, Geek Culture 101 grabbing their membership earlier, I think, took over our Stream Boss position, if I'm not mistaken, as well. That's that video game life meter under my camera there. And, yeah, pardon me. I know I'm tripping a few times today, but we're a little bit busier than I expected, which is great. And Izzy Pop on the screen. This is the creator I was talking about earlier, where I said that their content or conversation during the live streams can go just about anywhere once they've started. And when you have a look at these, you'll get an idea of what I'm talking about. So they could put anything up for a title. They might be starting with a subject, but you can see they're on for hours, usually 3 or 4 hours, 2, 3, 4. And I've been there many, many, many times, as you see. This is another example of what I'm talking about. So how do I catch Izzy Pop? Almost 7 out of 8 of the last live streams. And then there's some creators that have been with us for months or maybe even longer, and I can't catch them ever. So these are just ideas. That being said, anybody that wants to can reach out. I know you can't do it for everybody, but if you have a moment, you can let me know, especially if you have a special edition live stream, like a milestone or a monetization celebration or a birthday or anything like that. But anytime you have something coming up that you want me specifically to see, just please message me. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. And I will always try to be there if I can, no matter what the live stream is for. Even if I have to just pop in. If I'm out, I'll just get the phone on it. But I'm usually on a computer. And then Robert Mac Media, good to see you in the house. That's another friend who's been with us for many years. He actually found me on my personal channel and came over to Superchat and still comes in regularly. So thank you for that. And then Greenland Quilter Katie is in the house. And then if Music Fest fam is here, I'm just curious. If not, that's okay. And then when we look at Izzy Poppers, I say Izzy Poppers, that's the handle, the name Izzy Pop. This creator's got some shorts. This one's interesting. Scully Pop is a good friend, and they did some singing. This is the author that reads to you, doing a special video for Izzy Pop, and then I talk about their elaborate banners, avatars, thumbnails, as you'll see from a lot of the videos here. They've always been known for these really outstanding graphics, but they talk about this on their channel as well. The ideas they're going to bring us not just fun and creativity, but they'll talk about some of the digital art tools that are out there and how we can make some really elaborate things for ourselves as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Izzy Pop, and like I said, they're on regularly. They're here with us in Tuber Chat for almost every stream. And then Manuel's Aquarium, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Let's hopefully I'm not falling behind here. Yes, Michelle Crochets, thank you. Yes, Izzy Pop, thank you again for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that kind of thing countless times before. And yes, Michelle Crochets has done the same thing. So like I said, we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Travel Off Book, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then, yeah, Izzy Pop, when it comes to the idea of editing, one of the things I've mentioned about the idea of a live stream, let's just say, so to do a 2-hour live stream takes 2 hours and 15 minutes, right? A couple minutes to set up, you're on, closing down barely a minute or two afterwards if you need to, and that's it. Whereas a video, a 10-minute video, takes me 2 hours usually to film and then 2 hours to edit. And you think about that and you're like, this is where live streaming has a great benefit. And Sweet Acres Koi Farm, thank you so much for the gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, we're going to look at that channel next, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel soon. Yes, Michelle Crochets just actually did Super Chat a minute ago, and they've done that kind of thing countless times before. Look at this. They're actually officially on the road to 1K, which I must have already known, but it's still exciting to see. When we look at this exciting and important milestone of 1,000, we always say you're officially on a road when you get to a 100 milestone, and since they've passed 900, that puts them officially on the road to 1,000. So it has to be exciting. We'd love to push them a little bit farther. Forgive me, Canadian Family Life, I'm just getting you onto the wheel right now. I'll talk about their new vlog when I get their channel up. Yes, Michelle Crochets is actually going to bring us a lot more conversation than crocheting, but they will talk about tutorials and then creative ideas, as they say. Way behind with videos. They've put out quite a few this week, but I'm going to grab the latest one. I'll put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that kind of thing. And then shorts on this channel have started, and they've got a good more than a dozen here, which is great to see, starting to get into hundreds of views, and then live streams as well. So I caught them yesterday, and we see that they're streaming pretty frequently, usually at least a couple times a week. So hopefully everybody will connect with Yes Michelle Crochets, obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and they've been with us many months now, many months as a matter of fact. And thank you again for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Pardon me just for 1 second here. Pardon me. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Oh, look at this. Actually, Manuel's Aquarium picked up a gifted membership there as well. But I'll put their channel up and we'll still look at Sweet Acres Koi Farm. But thank you for that. It's an extra generous thing to have done. And I certainly do appreciate it. I'm sure that they do too. And when we look at Manuel's Aquarium, this is a channel that has, so far, learning as I talk here, they've got quite a few shorts, actually. One of them into 1,000 views already, which is great to see. They've got a lot of live streams. They're actually live, it seems like, I was about to say daily, sometimes more than once a day, but frequently anyway, at least a couple of times a week, if not a few. I'm just going to grab the latest video. This is a perfect video to connect with here in the Tuberchat live streams, because we're always looking for videos that are at least 3 minutes long. This one at 3 minutes, 1 second. You can't ask for a better time on a video to connect with. And then we just want to make sure that we're watching from beginning to end, leaving a meaningful, genuine comment, giving the thumbs up, subscribing, and putting the notification bell on. Basically, the idea is we want to do all the things we wish people would do for us first, knowing that they will turn around and do all those things for us afterwards. And then the musical kill shot will be at 1K soon, which is great. And hopefully we'll get you a few more friends today. And then Sweet Acres Koi Farm, thank you so much for that gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And we'll look at what they've got going on. And then I see Dark Swordsman Gaming hopping in here. I think did we run into each other today or yesterday in one of the other gaming channels? Was it Holly's Adventures, I think? Forgive me if I'm wrong. Dark Swordsman Gaming from the UK, they're on just about daily as well. They do a lot of video gameplay, but I run into them out supporting other creators as well. Ellie's, pardon me, yes. Forgive me if I get that wrong. Is it Ellie's in... Pardon me, Ellie's... is it Elle's Endeavors? Or Ellie's, and forgive me if I'm sure I already asked you the other day. I don't mean to forget or miss that, but I want to pronounce it properly. Of course, I always want to promote everybody's channel the way they want it promoted. And then, oh, thank you, Izzy Pop. Yeah, I put the thing on. I've cut it down. I might stop using the goal thing, but I do appreciate that. Yes, of course. The first one, Ellie's Endeavors. I don't know why I can't get that. It doesn't seem to roll off the tongue, although it should. Ellie's Endeavors. Thank you for that. And then, hopefully, again, I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Sweet Acres Koi Farm, again, thank you for that gifted membership. And I'm learning more and more about koi, but we're also seeing that expand in the Tuber Chat family. I think Butler Family Farm is installing a koi pond, if it's not already done. And then, Sweet Acres Koi Farm, they've got spring cleaning going on. I've never seen how all the effort that has to go into this kind of stuff either when you're starting to clean these things out, but I have learned a little bit from them already, like this cage that goes over top and things like that as well. So they're posting fairly frequently, almost at once a week, and then shorts on this channel have gotten into 3,900, 7,800, 15,000 on one of these, which is great to see. They got a bit of variety in there as well, and then live stream. So they got one coming up tomorrow. Hopefully I'll catch you for that one. I should be able to. And midday for me, so perfect. I don't think I got anybody else at the same time either. I usually have at least 4 windows open at a time, and but I'll be looking forward to that. And then Sweet Acres Koi Farm seems to be live at least once a week, so it looks like it's a weekly series. And then I'll be looking forward to catching that again. So working on 1,300 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone as well. Oh, Knights of the Old Republic, did they? Dark Swordsman Gaming. I made the mistake. And Bone Tired Travelers. I put you on the wheel, by the way. Thank you for coming in. Dark Swordsman Gaming, I made the mistake while I'm going through their channel. They've been here a million times, and I go through Dark Swordsman Gaming's different games that they play, like Tomb Raider and Final Fantasy and Stardew Valley, and I kept mentioning Grand Theft Auto until they said in the chat, they go, I don't think I've done Grand Theft Auto, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, because I'm just so used to saying Grand Theft Auto with every gaming channel, and it's my game of choice, even though I don't make enough time to play. But Dark Swordsman Gaming's playing a lot of different popular titles. I see I've got a video I got to rerun here. I probably went back for a comment, so the red line is not all the way across. Still in my catch-up list, so I'll just leave it there when I reset that thing again. And then what you'll notice about this creator, they're playing a lot of different types of games. So there's some Final Fantasy right there. They play a few different versions of it. Dark Souls is here. If we dig through some more Final Fantasy, and if we dig farther, we'll find other games as well. Toomba, I'm not even sure I'm familiar with this, except for probably watching it or running it from your channel. But you see how they're putting these frames around their thumbnails of different colors, right? So the idea is if somebody got to their videos page, they would be able to pick out videos that they probably want to see, right? So if somebody's a real Final Fantasy fan, they might want to see more than one video. So this gives them a chance to go and pick off a bunch of videos they might like to see, even outside of playlists and things like that. So it's an interesting idea. They've just done one short so far. We're hoping for more, but we'll see live streams over here as well. Lots of Tomb Raider lately. I just caught them. Was that when? I thought I just caught you today. Maybe that was a different creator, so forgive me for that. I caught them a week ago, and they're usually on at least a couple times a week, if not more. And like I said, when you dig through the videos or live streams, you're going to see a lot of different types of games, right? Sea of Stars is there. Kingdom Hearts, I think, is my son's favorite game of all time. And another one here I should rerun. Whenever those red lines are not all the way across, it's probably because I was either switching windows or went back to leave a comment. It's becoming less frequent. I think there was something going on for a couple weeks there, but whenever it happens, we just want to make sure we're getting creators full credit for their watch hours, let's just say, if that makes any sense. Mr. Fulton Mraz, good to see you in the house. They've always got interesting news for us in the chat, so thanks for coming in. Thanks for letting us know that. And that looks like we're going to be wishing you good luck. And then, thank you, Dark Swordsman Gaming, for another super chat. They've done that countless times before. I'm going to spin the wheel. Obviously, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And we're going to see what's happening with Just Jason Keto. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Yes, thank you, Dark Swordsman Gaming. It was Holly's Adventures today. We ran into each other there. Just Jason Keto and More had an interesting story. He dropped this video yesterday morning and was mentioning the idea that the click-through rate was great on that one of the best ever, if I understood right. Just Jason Keto and More is going to talk to us about healthy eating, healthy living. Pardon me, especially when it comes to the idea of a keto-based diet or lifestyle. And thank you, Rocking Keto Amy. Yes, I believe we met in one of his either live streams or premieres, but I think it was a stream. But thank you for that. Yes, word of mouth is still, one of the number one things when it comes to the idea of meeting new friends. What I have found over the years is when that kind of thing happens, when somebody comes to you and they say, hey, I found you through one of your friends, right? Like Rocking Keto Amy is saying she found us through Just Jason Keto and More. People recommending channels like that is a great way to get what ends up turning into long-time, really loyal and dedicated supporters. It seems. Not every time, but you know what I mean. And then, so Just Jason Keto and More says, still their highest click-through rate on videos yet. There was one that he had a few weeks ago, well, I guess it's getting on a couple months ago, so 3 months ago. This one here, 24,000 views on a video. This thing just exploded and kept climbing and climbing and climbing. You could see all the videos around it started to reap the benefits. 1,000 views, 1,000, 3,000 on this one, 1,600 over here. And then when we look at the thumbnails, I believe that the thumbnail was a big reason for that, but that's just me thinking that without seeing the analytics. I'm unsure. And then Just Jason Keto and More has now been keeping that thumbnail idea as basically a template, if you want to put it that way. So that's interesting to see. We'll see if this video continues to climb. But Just Jason Keto and More is known for a lot of recipes, particularly these chaffles. If you haven't seen one yet, when you head to his channel, you get an idea of what these are. And he flavors these differently. He's probably done 100 videos by now of these chaffles, but he does a lot of other recipes as well. Between that and the product reviews that he does, he might be able to give us some insight with the ingredients we might find or consume, how they're going to affect us, especially when we're thinking about a keto-based diet or lifestyle. Just Jason Keto's got a lot of guests that join him on his channel as well. They share their life experiences. They share their tips, tricks, trials, tribulations. Once in a while, he'll do a product review like an air fryer or unbox a GoPro. He might take us for an outdoor adventure to bring a little variety to the channel. But we see that he's also got some shorts here that have done really well, especially the healthy looking cooking and grilling shorts, getting into 4,000, 5,000, and well beyond 6,000 views. One over 22,000, and I've seen that one. I promise you it's entertaining. And then live streams on the channel. He's live every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. He strictly follows a schedule as much as possible, so we catch his live streams every week, and then he'll drop his videos or premieres every Saturday morning now to catch the traffic over the weekend, which is the same thing I do on basically every channel that I touch, let's say. Once in a while, he'll have guests on the channel, meaning in the live streams as well. So sometimes it's Jason himself, sometimes he's got a guest, sometimes he's introducing us to other channels, and once in a while he's given us a cook-along live stream as well. So there's plenty here, and a vibrant community that will help with questions or comments that we have in the chats. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason Keto. We want to push him towards the 5,800 subscribers we know he's thinking about. I'm going to spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready to go. Robin101, good to see you in the house. TWP Popcorn has been making frequent appearances again, and I run into them supporting other creators as well. So Just Jason Keto and More will be slowing down the streams for the summer, going every other week, so that'll be interesting to see, but we'll be there for those. Slice Life Gaming, good to have you in the house. And Bella's Whisper Farmstead is here. I'm going to get them onto the wheel. I don't mean to miss anybody in the chat. We're moving quickly today. Let's go for a break. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play another interview clip. This is Edna's World. So, Edna, thank you for all of this. You mentioned comments earlier quickly, and that's one of the things that comes up in every interview. Of course, we're going to talk about likes, views, subs, and everything else, but comments are a very important part of our interaction with our audience. So what can you tell us in your experience of 8 years now about how to entice more comments on your video shorts and streams?
I can't remember who told me this, but years ago somebody told me, I think I was watching like somebody that I always watched, and one of the things that they said to grow your channel was to always give your audience a job to do.
Okay.
Always give them a call to action, because that's going to keep the people engaged. So if I'm talking about cruising, you know, and then you just kind of have to know how to just ease it into your sentence. So it's like, you know, thanks for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. But then also, if I'm talking about a specific thing like the slot pool, I'll say, you know, have you ever participated in a slot pool? Leave a comment, let me know. And say that. And it's like you're just saying it so naturally that people aren't even realizing that you're making them be engaged, because now they want to tell you their experience.
Yes.
The slot pool. If I'm doing regular life vlogs, like I'm notorious for not liking to try new things. So everybody's always trying to make me eat new foods, and I'm like, you know, have you ever eaten this? What you put, you know, we have a big debate about grits. I don't know if you eat grits. You know, does sugar go on grits, sugar or salt? So that's always, you know, give people something to talk about, and they'll have to, you know, give you their experience. Another thing is to sort of have like an intro and an outro. If I'm doing a live stream or whatever, it's just like, hey guys, come in. If I'm doing a video, it's, you know, hey guys, happy whatever day it is. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. If I'm doing a sit down video, then I say, you know, hey guys, you know, welcome back. Thank you for clicking this video. Because I feel like a sit down is so much different than a vlog. With the vlog is like me talking to my friends. Hey y'all, this is where we're going to Target today. Let's walk around Target. But if I'm sitting down, that means I'm doing something real specific. I'm only talking about what the topic is. So thank you for clicking this video, because thank you. You have an interest in this particular topic.
All right, we're just about back. I got Trish the Natural onto the wheel. I see that Follow the Bradley's Fun has come in. I also added Driving Daily onto the wheel. Over the course of these streams, I add names once in a while, depending on how busy it is, based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. It's not just about how long you're here. So it's very possible for somebody to be here for the first, even 2 hours of the stream, but have somebody come in and a half an hour later beat them on the list that I use for the wheel, just based on interaction in the chat, let's just say. But Driving Daily is a longtime friend now, somebody who's extremely passionate about their content. I can tell you that right now. I just watched another video from them the other day. I talked about it in our last stream. And then Scrow's Nest, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. I'm just getting these names onto the wheel. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, but I put members and moderators on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat as well. And then Day One Walks, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And we'll get them onto the wheel also. So Slice Life Gaming dropped a super chat. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. You know, we just hit 6,000 subscribers. So thank you everybody for that. That was a week or two ago. And if you think about it, I subscribe to all 6,000 of those channels, maybe a few more. And so, of course, you know, we all can't support every single video and every single stream that everybody does. It's impossible. But as long as everybody's doing as much as we can for each other, everybody will be just fine. So, like a lot of other people, I'm out there as much as I can every waking hour that I can be in front of a computer. I got multiple windows open, running playlists, hitting different premieres, live streams, watching videos and things like that. So I can't catch everybody all the time, but I am happy to be able to spread the love, let's just say. When I look and see who's on, I try to make sure that I'm like spreading it around. So there's some creators that stream every day, and if possible, I'll say like, okay, I'll catch them once or twice a week, but I want to catch somebody who only streams once in a while whenever I can as well. And then but I say it a million times, as long as we're all doing as much as we possibly can, then everybody will be just fine. But thank you, everybody. I know a lot of people say very kind things and congratulations in the chat. Tuber Chat was always meant to be a community. I'd been on YouTube for years before I started it, a couple of years. And the idea is that Tuber Chat is meant to be an engine that runs so that all of us, meaning you, me, everybody listening, watching right now, and everybody we care about, can start as many YouTube channels as we want and make them go fast. Right, is the idea, faster than they otherwise would have. But thank you, everybody for that. And then the 5-year anniversary will come up next Saturday. And Michael's Adventures on the screen right now. This is a creator who's been here basically from the beginning. And within the first 20 or 30 episodes, he found us. He brings us nature and wildlife videos. You can see he's got tons of content here. I'm setting notifications. I noticed today he must have uploaded a ton of videos. He is usually at least a month ahead, sometimes 2 months ahead. He brings us raccoons, deer, foxes, opossums, bird watching. A lot of outdoor walks lately have been an expansion on the channel, a very welcome addition, I must say. And then once in a while, he'll do something like play a game on a phone or a tablet, like a slot game, or he'll do some lottery ticket scratching. When we get over to his shorts videos, we start to see more of this, along with some more random outdoor content. So you get an idea. He's in Kentucky, so you get an idea of some of the outdoor footage we'll see there. And one of his videos here, one of the shorts, has gotten into 6,300 views, which is great to see. Michael's Adventures has over 4,100 videos and shorts on his channel. If you can imagine that, he posts every single day, usually more than once a day, and sometimes 3 times a day. And then when we look at his channel, we know he's working on 1,600 subscribers as well. So we'd love to push him towards that milestone. Michael's Adventures will premiere right after Tuber Chat. We're going to run a 1-hour music stream on our copyright-free music channel. If you haven't seen that already, I hope everybody will stick around. It gives us another hour to connect the same way we are here. You'll meet more friends over there. We have like a virtual nightclub going on. There's music playing, and we got a video game in the chat everybody can participate with, so it can be a lot of fun. People trickle in and out of there all the time. And right after that, Michael's Adventures will drop another premiere and give us what I'm guessing is another half hour to continue connecting. So we'll look forward to that. So we still got many hours of opportunity to connect today. And then thank you, Rocking Keto Amy. They'll be live right now, so we know there's fresh content on the channel right afterwards. And then when we look at Slice Life Gaming, we see a creator that's actually, it's somebody I'm still getting to know, but they started coming into the Tuber Chat family several months ago. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. So, pardon me. So, Slice Life Gaming is working on 1,500 subscribers. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. When we dig through their content, we see some popular video gameplay. You know, in all this time, I still haven't played, I don't even know if I've tried playing any Call of Duty games. First-person shooters are never my choice. I always like platformers. I literally grew up with Nintendo and Sega, so games of that nature seem to stick with me still. And Red Dead Online, obviously, is another game from the same company that does my favorite, which is Grand Theft Auto. But it's interesting to see the mix of gameplay that they've got here. There's shorts on the channel as well, 15,000, 16, and 18,000. And then we see that they've got a lot of live streams as well. And that's an interesting thumbnail. For a second, I thought that was, what's it called? Internet Cafe Simulator, I think it's called, isn't it? And but obviously not. And then when we look through some of these, some Star Wars, I always love Star Wars. I haven't played enough of these. When I was a kid, it would have been a dream for me to have a game in the style of Grand Theft Auto now, that where the lightsabers, you know, and stuff you could fight with, because there just wasn't any such thing. They came later. Same as Transformers. If you play the original Transformers games, I think they were on PlayStation 2, if I remember right. But the idea that the guy can run and jump and then turn into a car, I was like, oh, it's amazing. And I know they've progressed since then, but what a dream come true. Because I literally was around for the creation of Atari, basically. I didn't have an Atari, but friends had Ataris and stuff like that. And then I had Nintendo later, and Sega, and a few other things. Ali Patches, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully everybody will connect with Slice Life Gaming. Thank you again for the Super Chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And then we always get back to spinning the wheel. Now we're going to look at Scrow's Nest. And they have got one of my favorite taglines that I've ever seen for a channel. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Spending our children's inheritance one cruise at a time. I can't help but laugh. I at least smile, if not laugh, every time I read that. And Scrow's Nest has been with us for a couple of years now. I think it's getting on 3 years maybe. But they are bringing us travel content, of course, and from a certain perspective. Tips on cruising and traveling with a mobility scooter, they say. They're going to show us the ins and outs of all the different either amenities or... how do we describe when they're going through room tours and ship tours, or any of the travel that they're going to talk about? They're going to talk about what it can be like, let's just say. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's a different kind of toboggan ride, it says. And then I wonder if I can find something like what I was talking about. This room, I think, yeah, this is the room review that I think of always when I think about this channel, because this is a non-accessible room, but they show us what kinds of things can be done to make things a little bit easier if you need to. Oh, look at that. I'm a little more famous than I thought I was on their channel here. I forgot about that. Shorts on Scrow's Nest. are getting into 2,000, almost 6,000, and one well over 6,000, over 6,200 views. And then they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They are working on 1,500 subscribers as well. And I see Scrow's Nest all the time. They're out supporting other channels regularly. I bump into them at least a couple of times a week. And then we will spin the wheel and we'll see I Am Betty J Gathers as a beloved and dedicated member and moderator. She's been with us from the beginning as well. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So just for the sake of saying, because I want to make sure our dear friend doesn't miss it, but Scratch and PPA reminded me today, our dear friend Jaden Suh is celebrating a birthday tomorrow. So we wanted to wish him a happy birthday. He's usually in the background listening, but he's been a dear friend of ours since the very beginning. So, Scrow's Nest, we're going to look at I Am Betty J Gathers right now. One of the things for everyone to keep in mind, over the course of the stream, I often remove names from the wheel if I haven't seen somebody in like 20 minutes or half an hour or something like that. I'll always put members and moderators right back onto the wheel if I see them in the chat. But it's something to think about. So for any, of our members and moderators that are listening, we just hope you'll be active once in a while so that we keep you on there or get you back on there, let's just say. I Am Betty J Gathers up on the screen right now. Like I said, as a beloved and dedicated moderator here as well as a member. Betty's been with us from the beginning. She's somebody I've had conversations with. Several times, even outside of Superchat. And, for these friendships that grow over the years, I'm so grateful. I Am Betty J Gathers is bringing new content very soon. She's dropping shorts almost daily right now. She literally did like 365 shorts over the last year. She continues today. And when we look at what I Am Betty J Gathers is doing, her latest series of videos was really vlogs where she gives us a wonderful look into her life. She takes us about her day. She's always smiling, always laughing. She talks about healthy eating, healthy living, intermittent fasting. But she'll take us indoors into her home. She'll take us out. She could be shopping, cleaning. She could be doing just about anything at all. Shorts on this channel. This is what I'm talking about. She's got tons and tons of these. Look at how many have gotten over 10,000 views. And this, I believe, comes, first of all, she's a dynamic creator. You can see most of these shorts are of her, which is not the most common thing to see. So she's done extremely well with these, getting into 10,000. But some of these are 13,000, 15,000. And I believe the biggest reason for all of this is because of her consistency, continuing to post like for a year every day. My goodness, right? Then live streams. So she has done a lot of live streams on her own where we can have conversation that goes just about anywhere. But she's done a lot of interviews. Crystal Sparkle, who we saw earlier today, challenged her to do the 12 days of interviews over the Christmas season and sparked a series here, and I was lucky to have been a part of that. This particular conversation that went on for an hour and a half, I'd love for everybody to go and watch, just because I got to talk in depth. Betty and I, of course, we've been together before on live stream, I believe, more than once, but are going to talk about, of course, our YouTube journey and our friendships with other creators and things like that. But I really had a good chance to talk about moderators here. And I think it's a conversation worth listening to if you were ever to wonder why on earth does this guy Superchat talk the way he does. Betty really had a great conversation with myself, and I appreciated it. So hopefully everybody will connect with her. You'll meet lots more friends on her channel. All of our moderators allow everybody to connect the same way we do here. And I Am Betty J Gathers is now working on 2,900 subscribers. So we'd love to push her towards that. milestone. Mama G Gear came in. They've been here for a while today, but they slipped in a gifted membership. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we get around to spinning the wheel afterwards. But Patty's Kitchen, Garden, and More will be happy to have picked that up. And if they're here or come in, I'll put them on the wheel right away, of course, like we do with all members. And then hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I certainly don't mean to miss anybody. I know Katie's Kitchen just came in. I'm going to get them onto the wheel. And let's have a look at what Mama G Gear has got going on. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. You know, I can't catch everything that people say out there. Sometimes even when I'm in live streams and premieres, I'm working on a computer. But it is always a pleasant surprise when, you know, people are saying kind things either about Tuberchat as a community, and I know a lot of people say nice things about myself, and I really appreciate that. But Mama G Gear really gave us some serious props a couple of weeks ago when I caught them for a live stream, and this is another extremely dynamic creator. You can tell that just by the thumbnails alone. So Mama G Gear is posting pretty frequently, several times a week by the look of it. I've fallen behind. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. I'll put that into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. And then they've got shorts on their channel here. These feature more variety. Let me just see what their about page says. They're Yardalicious family. We have a vibrant community within the Tuberchat family of creators that are involved in fiber arts and fiber crafts, but they're going to make all kinds of stuff. And you can read some more on their about page there. Of course, they've been at this a while. They're working on 3,700 subscribers and monetize. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. When we look at shorts on the channel, a lot more variety here, but getting into 2,600, 2,700, 3,600 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. So I caught them live. It's already been 3 weeks. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one soon. They seem to be on every few days, usually at least a couple times a week. So I'll look forward to that, and you can see they're always having fun too. So hopefully everybody will connect with Mama G Gear. For the life of me, I couldn't remember how long they've been with us, but it's got to be at least 2 years, if not 3, maybe even approaching 4. So hopefully everybody will connect and push them towards that 3,700 subscribers that I said we were they're thinking about. And then you just got a baby chicken? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you just mentioned right there? Did I miss a thumbnail? They might have a baby chicken on the channel, or soon to be, let's say. And then thank you again. Thank you for the gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that kind of thing many times before. Lawless World TV, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And Katie's Kitchen is coming up. Look at that luck. Katie's Kitchen just got here, and the wheel chose them right away. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuberchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Now this one's interesting because Katie's Kitchen has got 431 subscribers, but they're still not up at the top of the search results, even for me. And I've looked at this channel here in the Tuberchat streams probably 50 times, if not 30, 40, maybe 50 times. They've been with us for years, literally, like Mama G Gear there. And it's interesting, though, when I look through the search results, you see what happens, right? It just happens to be a very popular channel. It's interesting because in the regular search results, one of their videos comes up for me #1. but it doesn't come up as a channel. And even when I click on channel for Katie's Kitchen, it's just so popular a name that it's within like barely the top 10, let's just say. And they've got a handle. I happen to remember it because I have a system for which I share everybody's videos on the community tab and this and that. When I come up to Katie's Kitchen's channel, I know it's Katie's in the Kitchen. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop the link for this channel right now just to make sure everybody can get to them. And hopefully everybody will, but it's a much better idea when we search, find, and click on each other's names. So if we search for Katie's Kitchen, your search results will be different than mine, but we can click on channel. We could do that in filters either on the computer or on our phone, and scroll down a little bit and match the avatar. It's a nice colorful sunflower looking avatar, and forgive me if that's something different that I should know, but so easy to catch them. But over time, the more we search, find, and click on each other's names, will rise up those search results. I know I mentioned it earlier today. When we look at Katie's Kitchen, 431 subscribers. This creator is known for bringing us a lot of food bank grocery hauls and cooking videos as well. They bring out the crock pot. It's like my favorite thing. I gotta see how I feel about an Instant Pot. We got appliances too many in the house to put on the counter all the time, because now you see, like, over our lifetimes, or at least my lifetime, stoves, ovens and stoves, and maybe even convection ovens is another idea. And then microwaves came along, and now we got like these air fryers. And we go through the grocery store and I see this one thing. It's an avocado tool, right? So you can like twist like a bottle cap opener and take the pit or the seed out, and then it has almost like claws where you can scoop out, and it basically slices the avocado. I'm like, oh, what a cool thing. But you need like one tool for one vegetable, and then you have an ice cream scoop, and then you got a pizza cutter, and then you got like all the, and pretty soon the drawers, the cupboards, the counters, like anything is full, and it only takes 2 seconds. But I love the crock pot, so it's great to see them having brought that out. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,500, 6,600, even 8,300 views. I think this one still trickles in a few views here and there. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they're doing quite a bit of video gameplay, a lot of Sims lately. And then they're working on something else over there, some Minecraft as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Katie's Kitchen. Obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Avocado pitting injuries. Yes, possibly. Let's spin the wheel. And we'll see who's coming up next. And there you go, knife and spoon, all you need. Yes, you can just spoon out an avocado. I have I tried to get into eating those. I was doing it for a while, but I think I burned myself out right away. I was having a lot of avocado toast and then putting like a fried egg on it and this and that. I got into doing that, but I would have it like too many times a week, let's just say, and then I'm right off of it now. So hoping to get back into eating more of that. Avocado apparently is like one of the best things for all of us. Jane Litterick, Living Skies, Vintage and Creative. This is a channel I'm still getting to know, but they've been with us several times now. And then Alec Marcus Glasgow. It's me, Alec, with another channel. Good to see you here. I was going to do a poll. It might be too late now because I know some of our gaming friends might have hopped out of the chat. But let's try it anyway. Would you play GTA 5 on stream as multiplayer? Not the clearest question in the world, but the gamers will know. I'm just curious how many people, I probably should have done that differently, but I'm just curious how many people have Grand Theft Auto 5. I know 6 is coming out in a few months, and even though I never make time to play, I'm going to buy it, of course. But I do have Grand Theft Auto 5, of course, and an Xbox Series S. And I've thought about the idea of hooking it up and doing a multiplayer live stream at least once, if not maybe a series, but we'll see on my other channel. But I'm just curious if anybody here happens to have it and would be willing to play. And then Jane Litterick, Living Skies Vintage and Creative. Let's have a look at their About section for a quick second. Creative pieces and coloring pages are here. Thrift and shop along with them. They've got original art and then repurposing items. I'm just going to grab the latest video. It's an unboxing, it looks like. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to catch up with them and get another piece of content watched. And then shorts on this channel feature, probably like most creators, a bit more variety. Mostly in line with what they're doing, though. You can see 90% of the shorts seem to be in line with the rest of their art and crafting. 2,000, 2,700, 4,500. Oh, what on earth is this? It's not a radio. Is that like an organ or something? And then live streams on the channel as well. So they've done a couple of these over the last couple of years. We'll see if they're going to bring those back. We got notifications on for every single channel, meaning notification bells. So if they do go live, we have the best chance of catching them. Oh, a GTA 5 for PC, says Mike Harper. Yeah, I haven't done nearly almost any PC gameplay over the years. When my son was growing up, like we had I never played video games in my late teens. I did when Nintendo and Sega were out, but then I got off of that when I started working much more. And a friend of mine was telling me to play Grand Theft Auto, and I said, I got no time for video games. There's no way I'm playing games. That's ridiculous. And I had to do something with him one day where he was late. So for 15 minutes, he said, here, just play this game. Just push this button. This is how you hit people, and this is how you open a car door. And the next day I went out, I bought PlayStation 2, I bought the double pack. And ever since then, my son was just, he must have been 6, 7 years old at the time, 6, 7, 8, I forget. And right away it was like, nope, Xboxes, like every time they come out now, and Grand Theft Auto special editions all the way around, because my nephew would play and we'd all play together and this and that. And yeah, I love that game. But I never played a lot of PC just because we had the consoles around between me and my sister and the kids, let's just say. And then when we look at, oh, pardon me, did I spin the wheel already? Yes, P&J's Homestead Adventure. Let's go for a break for 3.5 minutes, and we'll come right back. Right before we do that, we'll play another clip from our interview series. And this is from an upcoming episode. I've finished editing it. I just have to upload it and schedule it. I'll probably put it out in a couple weeks. And these creators have all been with us for many years. They know exactly what we're going through. They're still going through it themselves, but they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers. When we talk about your channel and what you bring on YouTube, you're very forthcoming, you and Sarah both, about the idea that you want to share your life with everybody, which you do. Now, from what we've known each other quite some time now, I think it's getting on a couple of years. Forgive me if it's not longer than that, Rob. But what I see is authenticity in your true willingness to share. My imagination tells me that the magic on your channel is that people who are thinking the way that you do find your content and it just clicks with them because they're like, yes, exactly. And that introduction video that you've got featured on the front page today is a perfect example. But I really want to know what you think, because I can have my impression looking through a screen at your content, but where do you think the magic comes in your channel?
We try to keep it as simple as possible. If you see some of our earlier videos, we had an intro, and we noticed we call it a hockey stick effect.
Okay.
Where the videos go like this and they flatline.
Yes.
So we actually did away with any intros. I might talk for a couple seconds, but then it goes right into the video. And I think that's part of what's been helping, because I started right around the time that the channel really took off. And it seems to help a lot. Trying to add fluff, I don't want to do that. I want to see what's going on. You know, occasionally I might throw in a nice photo or a quick clip, but I don't focus. I want people to see exactly how we're doing it, how we're living, what we're doing, and how we're doing it. Because if I add fluff, you know, to me, it's kind of taking it away.
Yes.
You know, I want them to see, you know, the authenticity of what we're doing here, and not try to either over dramatize it or over simplify it.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing simple about being out here.
It doesn't seem like it. No.
And to dramatize it is just silly.
Yeah.
Because it's not real drama. I don't want nothing to do with it. You know, I want it to be real. I want it to be how Sarah and I are. And how you see us interact in our videos is how we interact together and off camera.
It seems that way. It really does. I think you both have you know, we use the word charisma. It's not quite the right word, but you know what I mean. And I think people can get your authenticity. When you talk about the idea of intros, that's a great tip. I know a lot of our friends won't like to hear it, but when you take the intros out of your videos or cut them very, very short, videos might do better. I've had the same success myself. Everything doubled, tripled, and quadrupled the second I took them off. When we look at the screen, we see P&J's Homestead Adventure, and they're very focused on prepping more than anything else. They got 25 acres that they bring to us from New York State, and they bring us all the different aspects of homesteading. We've got quite a vibrant and lively homesteading community. Right away when this channel started coming into the Tuber Chat live streams, and that's well over a year ago now. I think it feels like much longer, actually. This is the first video that I ever watched on this channel, but I noticed right away that they've been doing a lot of collaborating with other creators. That's a great way to grow your channel, because every time you're featured on anybody else's channel in any way at all, you're all but guaranteed to grab a handful of new subscribers. So I see they got a few new videos. I keep seeing these pizza thumbnails. Katie's Kitchen had a pizza thumbnail, I think, or a short video, and P&J's Homestead Adventure More Pizza. Kristen made homemade pizza this weekend, but for those of you who remember, I forget if it was the last stream or the one before that, but she had made pretzels, homemade pretzels. They came out fantastic, and then she took that dough, but she made some more this weekend, and then she made it as for homemade pizza. And I had a little bit, we had it yesterday, but I had a little bit today, because she always makes more, right? So we have lots to continue on, let's just say leftovers, if you want to call it that. But I know that it's waiting for me right now. And then when we look at this channel, we see they got a few new videos. I'm going to take the latest one. What is this healthy cookies video? I'm going to watch this one instead. Forgive me. I'm going to watch this different the second latest video instead. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list for right now. I just want to see what they did here. Anything a little bit healthier is a bit of a help, because I'm really not doing a good job of cleaning up here. When we look at shorts on this channel, we see a lot of outdoor content here, but all in line with what they're doing with their homesteading channel. 2,000, 2,200, and 2,600. And then when we look at live streams, we see that they've done one of these last year. We'll see if they're going to bring another one out. We got notification bells on for every single channel. And then, oh, interesting. Mama G Gears up here in Rochester. I should have probably known that already. I did spend quite a bit of time, a couple of years, traveling to the United States, just driving, no flights or anything like that, all over the Northeast. But that meant spending a lot of time between Buffalo and Rochester, and eventually Syracuse, and eventually New England. The channel that we're going to look at right now just became a member today. They're here for the first time, K-Dog's Kennel. So they might be working. I know a few people said like they were working or doing other things. I'm not sure if they're still listening right now, but we'll have a look at their channel for the first time. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So K-Dog's Kennel's here for the first time, and this creator, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is grab one of their videos. I'll grab the longer of the two here, right? I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully they have our notification bell on as well, so they don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. I appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I know not everybody can be here every time we stream, and certainly not for 3 hours every time. And we will continue to get to as many channels as we can. I actually removed a lot of names off of the wheel when we went for that last break. I do that usually at least once an hour. So anybody of our members that are still here that have not yet been seen, I'll always put members and moderators right back onto the wheel if they're here. So just please be active in the chat. Otherwise, it looks like we might get to a few more channels today, which is great. We still got 45 minutes to go. That's plenty of time. And then we're going to do a 1-hour music stream on our copyright-free music channel. And then Michael's Adventures is going to drop a premiere, which I'm assuming is half an hour, but any amount of time is great because he's going to give us a chance to continue connecting. So lots of time to meet lots of friends today. Blester Crochet is still here. And then when we look at Geek Culture 101, we're going to see all things geek with 2 different channels, actually. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So Geek Culture 101 is where this creator wants to bring us, basically all things pop culture. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. I heard people talking about the idea of the lineups at GameStop the other day, or EB Games we used to call it, and I guess that was for pre-orders. Is that the case? Did you have to line up to pre-order the Switch too? And then it's still not coming out for another, like, I don't even think it comes out for a week or 2 or something like that. You guys can correct me because I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll admit that right now. But I heard something about that, and I was confused because I was like, oh, I thought it already came out, and then I found out, no, it might not have. When we look at Geek Culture 101, like I said, all things pop culture here, but then when we look at shorts on this channel, we see that they've gotten into 400 and on the way towards 500 views. They got several of them here. Live streams on the channel as well, where they've got some video gameplay. That's a different kind of game. That looks like Voltron to me. Power Rangers, I see. And then they've got a second channel as well. So Martial Arts Reflections we're going to look at. There, they got the link working, which is perfect. So when we look at this channel, we see they're working on 500 subscribers over here. This is where we get motivation more than anything else. And I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos. I think they're doing a few different things. They might be using I'm assuming they're using the AI systems to make some music. I'll put that into my catch-up list, and that'll give me a chance to catch up and see what they're up to. And then they've got shorts on this channel as well. These have passed 500 views, one over 900. And on the way towards 1,000, I'll probably have 1,000 soon. And then hopefully everybody will connect with this creator. So that's Geek Culture 101 with Martial Arts Reflections. And then a lot had issues with pre-orders. Oh, Switch 2's coming out in June. My dear goodness. Thank you, Mama G Gear. And then, oh, they've got one at 18,000. What did I not see there? Oh, there it is. Yep. Interesting. And then Jesse Journals and Unboxes is coming up right now. Yeah, I was looking forward to talking about this channel. They put up one, was it today's? Oh, yeah, the Worldly Traveler. This is the one that they just put out. So I watched it afterwards. And this one is a quarterly subscription box. So just Jesse Journals and Unboxes, the channel's evolved over the years, but she's always been doing unboxings. Some of those are of subscription services. We see things like that. Most people know either Loot Crate or BoxyCharm or FabFitFun. There's lots of them out there, more than ever before now. But Jesse Journals and Unboxes will also do somewhat hauls. She gets involved in a lot of collaborations with other people as well. This one is a subscription service. And it comes out once a quarter, if I understood right. And then they'll have different types of collectibles from around the world, as a matter of fact. So there's a theme to it. But Jesse Journals and Unboxes does lots of these. She'll do anything from crafting and collage supplies. She will do bath and beauty products, snacks occasionally, and then other stationery and art supplies. Pardon me for 1 second here. And when we look at the shorts on the channel, we see that she will bring a lot of the objects that she finds in the unboxing videos or haul videos into the shorts here. So bath and beauty products, stationery, crafting supplies, jewelry, snacks. There's all kinds of stuff here. Then we get into live streams on the channel. Now, this is a creator that I talk about, much like Hilda DC or the Stock Explorer. Stock Explorer is on frequently, but Jessie Journals and Unboxes is the kind of creator that can go live whenever she wants. She's probably due for a live stream sometime in the near future. She's usually on every month or 2 or 3. But this creator can go live whenever, and we'll have a flood of support coming into the chat. Lots of supporters from any amount of time over the years. She's been at this longer than 5 years now, I believe. And that just speaks to the support that she gives to other people. And I say that about many different creators. I mean, I'd love to think everybody here is supporting everybody as much as we all can, but sometimes you see it. Sometimes, like when you get to somebody's channel, you have to wonder to yourself, what on earth is going on here? Because somebody who only live streams once every few months, how do you have so many people in your live streams? That's why, because they're out there supporting others, let's just say. So, oh, there's a snack box in the to record pile. I see, yes, what Jesse is saying. So 6 years she's been doing this. Superchat's just been here for 5 now, but she came in right within the first few months. So she's been with us basically from the beginning, as long as Michael's Adventures and Scratch and PPA and a few other people. I think the Stock Explorer's been here that long as well. Blessed to Crochet is coming up. Let's see what they got going on. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Oh, Rushing Wind Mountain, I hope is still here. Yeah, there they are. Ruby, I put you on the wheel, by the way. Blessed to Crochet is up on the screen. I got to get some more names onto the wheel here, I think. New Horizons Above and Beyond. So for anybody listening or watching that hasn't already been seen, just please be active in the chat and we'll try to get you onto the screen. I've actually got plenty of time by the look of it. And then Blessed to Crochet is going to bring us a lot of connection with other creators. That's really more the purpose behind the channel than anything else. Of course, crochet. And then a lot of spiritual inspiration as well. And you see that in the latest videos that have been put up. I'm just going to grab one of the latest ones here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get or keep caught up with this creator. Blessed to Crochet is here with us for just about every stream as well. They're working on 1,700 subscribers and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Thank you, Judgment Day, Mike Harper. I'm going to get you onto the wheel right now. I put New Horizons Above and Beyond on there. When we look at Blessed to Crochet and the shorts videos here, we see that these have gotten into 9,000 and 10,000 views on a couple of them. Then live streams on the channel as well. So they're live frequently. They were live today. They'll be live on the 30th and again a week later, but likely a little bit more than that. Blessed to Crochet is sometimes I think does pop-up. I'm not sure if that was meant to be a pop-up. I caught that this morning. And then Blessed to Crochet, like I said, is with us regularly. So obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. K-Dog's Kennel, I hope you saw your channel on the screen. I put it up like 5 minutes ago there. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then Judgment Day Mike Harper's coming up right now. He's got 2 channels for us to look at, actually. And then KY Philly Diamond Painting More is grabbing a membership. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. What that means is that for as long as you're a member, you're going to be added to the wheel as soon as I see you in the chat. And I just put you on the wheel right this second. The JGSA Posse official is also going to be added to the wheel. And Judgment Day Mike Harper, let's have a look at what they got going on their channel. I got to get you to pardon me again. You can see the sun is coming through the window, and I am just having trouble. I'll be back in 1 second here. I'm going to have to do something about that window because that sun is fierce. My goodness. Today's a gorgeous day. I wasn't going to do 2 streams in one day, so I didn't bother going out, but tomorrow's supposed to be good as well. I live in Niagara Falls, Canada, so on my other channel, I might go do an outdoor live stream tomorrow. We'll see. So Judgment Day Mike Harper is up on the screen right now. This creator brings us a lot of movie reviews more than anything else lately. You see that when you look at the channel. They're working on 700 subscribers right now. Judgment Day Mike Harper's been with us for as long as I can remember, literally a couple years as a minimum now. He's got 1,400 views on some of these shorts, 2,100 on one of them, and then live streams on the channel as well. So he's live fairly frequently. Yesterday he did one. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these, usually at least weekly. And then when we look at Michael W. Harper, we see this creator's second channel, and this is where they do a lot of DVD reviews with a little bit of outdoor content. It looks like they've got a few new things going on here. So I'm going to grab one of the latest videos that they've put up. We'll see what this is here. When you look through a lot of their latest videos, you see the DVD reviews that I'm talking about. They got shorts over here as well that give us more opportunity to meet the creator behind these channels. Working on 500 views on these, and then a few live streams over there, but those were like a year ago, so more of an experiment than anything else. The Musical Kill Shot, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated, and especially for the fact they're here for the first time today. But we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then I'll get back to spinning the wheel afterwards. So we're going to look at this channel right now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. The Musical Kill Shot up on the screen right now has got 160 subscribers. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while we live stream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of your latest videos here. This is a video gameplay. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. And what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch the video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here at least 3 times a week. Pardon me. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. So you got lots of shorts and plenty of live streams over there as well. But thank you again for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We'll spin the wheel. Canadian Family Life is coming up. We're going to take a break. We're going to go for 3.5 minutes again. Right before we do that, I'll play one more clip for today from our interview series. This is from another upcoming episode. It'll be in a few weeks from now. This is another creator who's been with us from the beginning, but all of the creators featured in this series have long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Okay, what I want to do is inform first and foremost. Anytime you make any type of video, you want to inform. You want to tell people a story. You want to show people a story. And when you show and you tell that story, you want to tell how that story affected you. And you want to tell your results.
Okay.
Because seeing is believing, and people want to see what I'm
Yes.
talking about, see what I'm doing. So that's what I'm going to do. And basically, I'm going to make it into a mini series on all of the
Great.
products I have tried and how they have affected me. So
Wonderful. Yeah, that's going to be something else to look forward to, especially knowing that you're starting something new now with the
yes.
experience that you've got. So this is a perfect opportunity for me then to bring you back to the beginning and say,
Mhm.
what kind of change have you seen in yourself, in your channel, in your community and audience based on all the things you've done up to now?
When I first started, I was such a green thumb. I didn't know what I was doing. I was all over the place. I promise you, just making videos, rambling, and I look back at one of my first videos and was like, what in the world? You know, it was all kinds of bloopers and everything. And I wanted to be such a perfectionist at the beginning. But
Okay.
as I have walked on this journey, I realized people don't want perfectionists. People want real.
Yes.
So when I make a mistake in a video, cannot leave it in there. I'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, well, I didn't mean to do that, but y'all already know I got an old lady brain. And a lot of people who follow me realize that. They was like, Sylvia forgetting a heartbeat. Not Will, because I'm so busy. And
Yeah.
so y'all already know I got an old lady brain. So we're going to keep that right in there because what you see is what you get when you
Yes.
visit me. So I've learned that's how I changed. I learned how to just roll with the flow, be genuine, be real, be factual.
Yes.
And I'm not afraid to try new things. I try new stuff all the time.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's a hit and miss. Sometimes it's a rock and roll. I did a
Right.
short about 3 months ago. I think it's at 60,000 views right now.
Oh,
And
goodness.
I tried another one that same genre, and it didn't work. That's all right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay with it because I think that it's a niche for me, but I just gotta work a little harder at it.
Right.
So
Yes.
don't be afraid to work hard. And if you get one no, people, remember the next one will be a yes.
There you go. Yes. All right, we're just about back and looking at Canadian family life. This is another creator who happens to be here as a beloved and dedicated moderator. They're actually in New Brunswick, and every moderator on this channel is a longtime dear friend of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels, and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here. And then RJ Sandifer, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I'm glad to know that a lot of the features have been made accessible so that everybody can create with all of these devices. And it's great to have you here. So our instructions are always in our video description. Basically, the idea here is to reach out to other creators with a simple hello and start a conversation, and then head to somebody's channel after you've let them know you want to connect, watch a video from beginning to end, leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video, give a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on, as we do for all creators. When we look at Canadian family life, we see a few different things. I group this channel in my own mind in with the homesteading creators because there's so much similar content here, to what we see from a typical homesteading channel. But like I said, they're in Canada and they're in New Brunswick. This creator, I thought I just watched this video. Did I not just watch this? Oh, no, I watched this video. I was going to say I just watched this right before Superchat. They did another one already. So they just put a brand new video out today. I'll put that into my catch-up list. They're doing some vlogging, which is great to see. It gives us a bit of a rounded idea of all the different types of content that Canadian family will make. They've got a lot of family togetherness on the channel as well. Cruising on the High Seas and Travel. Good to see you in the house. That's Rob. He was actually our featured creator for today. So his channel was up first at the beginning of the stream. We feature a different creator every single day now based on impact that I see within the Superchat family, those influencing others, or over the top, generous, loyal, and dedicated support, let's just say. When we look at Canadian family life, we see a lot of food bank grocery hauls, a lot of cooking videos. A lot of times what Tiffany will do on this channel is make some of the things that we see out there in other places, like where were the chicken nuggets that she made? She just made chicken nuggets to try to simulate McDonald's the other day. These macaroni and cheese deep fried balls or something I remember seeing at TGI Fridays before. Similar anyway. When we look at the channel, they have an impeccable container garden as well. Sometimes they do cooking challenges with husband and wife. There's a lot of family togetherness, so the whole family's hopping in on different videos. They got clips throughout their productions. And then they also have a lot of Happy Meal and shout-outs for other creators. Over the Christmas season, they did a lot of vlogging as well, so I'm sure that's what inspired this latest series, which is really cool. Interesting thumbnails, too. Those take a lot of work. I just actually sat there and remade this weekend an entire template, because I've made thumbnails similar to that style where you have different photos, and to try to work those things out by pixels and everything else can be daunting. Shorts on this channel feature just as much outdoor content as indoor content, more variety, but all in line with the rest of the channel. They got 2,700, 2,800, 5,600 views on one of these, and then live streams on the channel. And Tiffany is live streaming usually once every month or two, or somewhere thereabouts. The family's hopping in and out some of the time. Sometimes they're all together. Sometimes they're hopping in and out. Sometimes it's Tiffany. Another creator who can just go live whenever she wants. She'll have a flood in the chat because of the support she gives to other creators. And Tiffany's been featured on dozens of other channels and StreamYard panels as well. A great way to grow quickly is to collaborate with other creators if you can. You're all but guaranteed to grab a handful of subscribers every time somebody sees you on another channel, let's just say. New Horizons Above and Beyond is coming up. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Yeah, I set the DVR system so that Superchat's not supposed to be able to be rewound while it's running. That's just so that everybody in the chat is always on the same page, like we're all watching the same thing. And then the replay is available the second the stream ends, so anybody could go back and watch. What we're going to, look at right now is New Horizons Above and Beyond. And let's see what they've got going on their channel. A lot of outdoor content here. Sometimes they take us shopping and different things. This garden tour was the latest video. I just watched that today. And then New Horizons Above and Beyond is with us just about every single stream. They will definitely be wanting to swap playlists with creators. And anybody's free to do that. We talk about it often here. And then shorts on this channel feature a lot more outdoor content. Some of these have done well, getting into 1,600, 2,000 views on one of them. Live streams are something they're planning pretty soon. I think they said they might do a birthday stream. Their birthday's coming up this week. And so far, they've just got the one as an experiment, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch each other as often as possible as well. And then when I spin the wheel, we see Rushing Wind Mountain is Ruby from the Pacific Northwest. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And it's okay to be a transgender. Thank you for the kind words. I'm glad that we're now connected. I'm going to, they've put out their first video. I'm just going to put the, a link in the chat here. And I'm going to pin it. And I'm a few minutes early, but this is a channel that we're going to go to after. For anybody that hasn't seen it, it's all the same music that you hear in the background of Superchat. It's all copyright-free music. We own it all, right? So it's available on all major music platforms. It's on iTunes and Deezer and Spotify and Amazon Music and YouTube Music and everything else. But we've also got a channel set up for that. So what we do over there is after every Superchat episode, we go over there for an hour in live stream. It's very different than this, but you're able to connect, and we do link drops over there. So what happens is it's like a virtual nightclub. There's music playing, there's a video game going, everybody can participate in the chat, people come in and out, and then Michael's Adventures will have a premiere for us afterwards where we can continue connecting. And then I know we have a brand new channel to look at today. They're still on the wheel. KY Philly Diamond Painting More says that they let people connect on their channel. They encourage it as well, which is great to see. And then Crafty Witch 232, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I'm just going to get them onto the wheel right away. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And when we look at Ruby's channel here, Rushing Wind Mountain, this is a creator that comes, like I said, from the Pacific Northwest. So they're talking about nature and ASMR videos. The idea here is pleasing audio, pleasing visuals, usually featuring wildlife or nature. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list here so I can stay caught up with them. But you get an idea from the thumbnails about the different things they're bringing us. You might notice as well, their videos can go anywhere from a minute, 21 seconds even, all the way to 12 hours long. This creator has some humorous moments in their videos as well when we get into 11,000, 12,000, 16,000 views on the shorts here. There's a lot of wildlife in there, and that brings those humorous moments out. And then live streams. They've experimented time and time again with vertical, horizontal, portrait, landscape, all sorts of different live streams. And some of these, hours and hours and hours long as well, but always pleasing audio, always pleasing visuals. Rushing Wind Mountain is another creator who's been with us for the last at least 4.5 years as well. And then hopefully everybody will connect with them, and we know that they're monetized, so there's lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Oh, and then Crafty Witch 232 was out at a show. I'm assuming what you're talking about is selling a lot of things that you make, because they're making things all the time. You have to see Crafty Witch's channel. They do a mix of 3D printing and crochet for the most part. I know they do other things, but those are the things I've seen from them the most. But I wonder if that's what you mean. My sister does a lot of crafty things. She doesn't do YouTube right now, but she often goes out and sell things at Comic-Con shows and things like that. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then, so a craft fair, that makes sense, yes. And then Darren the Fish might be a brand new channel. Forgive me for not being certain if this is your first time here in Tuber Chat, but it's great to have you here. Brown Girl Bella slipped in the chat as well. She's a silver member. She has been for the last, I think, 4 years, one of our longest standing members. We see her channel every single day, whether she's here or not, in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream when I do things like that. And I've got her on the wheel now. Members are always added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And then the JGSA Posse Official up on the screen right now. I didn't know that you were born in Toronto. I forget if you mentioned that before here, because I also was born in Toronto and then I live in Niagara Falls now. And the JGSA Posse, I'm just going to have a look at one of their latest videos here. These are live streams, actually, so I'm going to do a live stream replay. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list so I can let that run. That'll give you a few watch minutes there. And then they've got shorts on this channel as well. And these have gotten into, let's see, there's one at almost 100 views. These are similar to the shorts that we see from Judgment Day Mike Harper. I'm just curious if you happen to be connected with that creator. I know we've seen this channel before. Jack Silverman, Toronto's favorite, which is cool to see. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up in a quick second. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Yes, I feel like I'm remembering, so thank you, the JGSA Posse Official. Pardon me. Oh, my voice was perfect, I promise you, right before we started. And I swear that if you listen to the beginning of this live stream, the very first sentence, my voice started to sound scratchy again. I did everything. I had the coffee I'm supposed to have, the honey I'm supposed to have, and everything else. But that's okay. We got a few minutes here. I'm going to leave this live stream running after as well for a few minutes so everybody can clean up their connections here. But we do have another stream coming up for an hour where everybody can continue connecting the same way we are here on our other channel. So I'm just going to put the link in the chat again. Anybody can hop over there anytime the stream's ready to go. And then when we look at Crafty Witch 232, we see a creator. This is who I was talking about when I was saying they do a mix of 3D printing and crochet. They do many other things. You can read about those on their About section, like jewelry, perler beading, if that's the way you put that. I still am learning. And then shorts on this channel have done really well. Lots of pop culture references here. And you see that these have gotten into 10,000, even 13,000 views. and beyond. And then when we look at live streams on this channel, this creator's usually making things. So this is likely what they were making for their craft fair. But they also do a little bit of video gameplay as well. Once in a while they do some Animal Crossing, but they're on frequently. So they're live streaming a few times a week as a minimum. I've been lucky to catch them many times as well. And Scratch and PPA, thank you so much for that. I should have put a Nightbot thing or something, but thank you for those reminders in the chat. Yeah, 5-year anniversary of Superchatters coming up this week, 6 days from now. And there's Scratch and PPA right now. We'll see what he's got going on. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention TuberChat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. I hope everybody will connect with a channel that just came into the chat there, Hats on a Mission. That comes to us from a longtime friend, Jeremy, from Cruising is Fun Anytime, Jeremy and Cheryl. That is a special channel with a special message, so I hope everybody will check that out. And then my other keepers in the house that remember, I just put them on the wheel right now, Scratch and PPA. It's interesting. This creator was chosen first or almost first for several streams in a row. They've been here for over 800 times now, or close to it. But it's interesting today to get so far along afterwards. They've got their premiere set up for this week. That's a really different kind of lottery ticket. I have to be honest, this time when I voted, and I'll talk about it in a second, but this week when I voted for this, I actually was going to vote for Crossword Tripler because I like those tickets. My favorite tickets are the ones that he does on his channel, the bingo tickets and the crossword tickets. I don't scratch a lot of lottery ticket scratchers, but my family will sometimes give, Kristen and I will give us each other lottery tickets at Christmas maybe, and things like that. And sometimes they come around here and there. When we look at Scratch and PPA's channel, I caved after though, because I saw everybody was voting for a hot card. So I just voted for that one. But Scratch and PPA puts an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching. So Darren the Fish is just asking about how to get on the wheel. So it has to do with how active you are in the chat with everybody over the course of the stream. You actually caught us within the last half hour. We're just going to be on for another like 10-15 minutes at the most now. We've got another stream coming up on another channel where everybody can keep connecting the way we do here. But it has to do with activity in the chat. And we get to as many channels as we can in 3 hours, but then we cut the stream after 3 hours. We'll be on again in a few days. And we've got a couple of live streams planned. They're already on the front page as well. And then members get added to the wheel with moderators as soon as we see them in the chat. So Scratch and PPA pits 2 lottery tickets against each other every week. He posts his videos on Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern as premieres. He gives us the opportunity to vote, though, on the content of the video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. And he posts with perfect consistency. So long over 4 years now, Scratch and PPA has posted every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern without fail. He has not missed a week. And if you can catch us for one of his premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the TuberChat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. He rivals those of Hilda DC, the Stock Explorer, Garden State Gardener, and a few select others. It is very fast-paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. All of our moderators let people meet the same way we do here in this chat. Now, Scratch and PPA is another fellow Canadian, and he is working on 2,400 subscribers now, and he's monetized, of course. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get to his channel. He last year expanded the content on his channel, bringing us some vlogging-style shorts videos from a trip he took to Italy. And he brought us some Italian lottery tickets from that trip as well, which is really cool. Live streams on the channel have started. He brought us his very first live stream when he took that trip to Italy, so I know a lot of people will be excited about that. And he's had presentation at the forefront of his mind ever since his very first video over 4.5 years ago. He, as you can see, has a bright, beautiful avatar matched by content in his thumbnails. They give us a hint about the giveaways that he does in his video series as well. His banner's updated every single week, and his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video 4.5 years ago. And It's Okay to Be a Transgender just dropped a super chat. Thank you for the extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. And we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. So we'll look at that channel right now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then when we look at It's Okay to Be a Transgender, this is a brand new channel on the Tuber Chat, in the Tuber Chat family. They are here for, I forget if it's the second or third time. I think they just put out one video, though, a couple days ago. 12 subscribers right now, so we'd like to get the channel going. Usually we're looking for videos that are at least 3 minutes to connect with, but you can see I've connected with them. You know, I've watched the video and still the connection sticks like it always does, right? We rarely ever see my connections get taken away. I'm usually looking for videos over 3 minutes, but it doesn't matter. This one's just fine. So I hope everybody will connect. It's Okay to Be a Transgender. Obviously, a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Like I said, they've just been here a few times, so somebody I've still got to get to know, but I hope everybody will connect with them. Is it only the second time? I thought it was the third. Yeah, thank you for that, though. I know, because I was waiting for the video. When they came in the first time, the video was not ready by the time we looked at it again, if that makes any sense. And then Home Bartending with John is in the house. Another silver member. We're going to put them on the wheel right now. I think we're about to look at a brand new channel. I just accidentally clicked something there. Yeah. My mistake. KY Philly, Diamond Painting More. We're going to have a look at right now. A brand new member that's here for the first time just today. So another channel I've got to get to know. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And then Tales Told in the Dark is Cassie from Oracles and Beyond. Good to see you here. Darren the Fish, when we talk about the idea of growing channels, there's obviously a lot to it, so forgive me, it's a bit of a loaded question. Here, what we focus on is friendships that are made between creators, so that when you meet somebody else and you think about the idea of giving them much more than you expect for them to do for you, what happens is over time, these friendships flourish. You'll find yourself being favored by these people as much as you're favoring them. When you start to connect with dozens of other creators, possibly even more than 100 or getting into hundreds, you have a solid and strong foundation for your channel of people who really do care about your content and really do care about your videos. We also here sometimes talk about things like titles, descriptions, tags, and promoting on other social media networks. But for the most part, the idea, of course, is to connect with other creators, do all the things you wish they would do for you first. So if you want 3 comments on your videos, go leave 10 on other people's channels. If you want 3 people to watch your videos, go watch 10 other videos. It seems unfair, but we all know life is not fair. And then I promise you, over time, what happens is if you can do that consistently for a long period of time, eventually people will be supporting you so much, you won't even be able to keep up. And you hear that in the stories that I tell here all the time. So this is a brand new creator, KY Philly Diamond Painting More. I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your latest videos. I'm going to put this in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I will give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Yeah, I hope not. It's unfortunate if people can't be supportive or choose not to be, but here I promise you're going to find tons of supportive people who will do the opposite and encourage everybody, no matter how you're feeling, to continue on, keep posting, more, whether it's video, shorts, streams, anything like that. If we can get to a place where we're posting once a week as a minimum, and I'm really talking videos, but let's just say, then that's enough to make a channel grow on its own. And anything you can do above that just speeds things up a little bit more, let's just say. Home Bartending with John is up. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I'll drop the link a few more times here for everybody to come over and raid to our other channel. It's all copyright-free music over there. The same music that you hear in the background here, we own it all, but we have a special second channel, and it'll be a fun live stream, like a virtual nightclub for an hour there. Home Bartending with John is going to teach us on his channel how to make some of the world's most popular cocktails, and we don't have to have a home bar setup quite as elaborate as what he's got here, but he'll show us what it takes to keep a bar like that replenished and the tools we're going to need behind the bar to make some of our favorite drinks. This creator usually gives us different variations, so sometimes he'll bring you a recipe but 3 different ways of making the same drink, and he takes requests on his channel. He's done a couple for me already, which I'm grateful for. This creator also does a lot of product reviews and comparisons between beers, liquors, liqueurs, and he does collections of cocktails as well. They could be low-calorie cocktails. They could be non-alcoholic mocktails. This is one of 2 different one-of-a-kind channels on from Home Bartending with John in the Tuber Chat family, is what I mean to say. This creator's working on 600 subscribers. He's got some shorts over here as well, and these have started to get into 1,600, 2,800 views. One at 9,500, and that one still continues to get views today. Then we get into live streams, and that's an idea from the past. Actually, there's Jeremy from Hats on a Mission right there. And then we'll see if he's going to bring those back. When we look at his second channel, we see another one-of-a-kind idea here. The Pipe Guy is where he brings industrial pipe lamps and industrial pipe art, and I hadn't seen anything like this before, and it makes it really interesting. So industrial pipe lamps, industrial pipe art, and a Star Wars themed video to get the channel started with. 68 subscribers right now. We'd love to push him a little bit farther on the road to his first 100. And then, pardon me while I just do something in the background here, I see Rock Chick Beauty coming in from the UK, and Day One Walks is a longtime friend with 2 different channels as well. We'll look at both of those. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. There's Edna's World. We heard from her earlier. She's one of the featured creators in our interview series, sharing her tips on how to get over 10,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel. She's way past that now. Day One Walks is up on the screen, and this is a second travel channel from a creator we've known for many years as Day One Adventures. We'll look at his other channel in a minute. I'm just going to grab one of his latest videos here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. This is complimentary content where they're usually kind of ground-based here, sometimes on those one-wheel scooters. I don't know what you call that exactly still yet. On the one-wheel GTI, he says, and giving us a look around his areas. Then shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,500 and 3,000 views on one of them. When we look at Day One Adventures, we see the same creator with a channel we've known for years. And over here, obviously, food reviews as well as travel. And I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos. I hope to get involved in some marathons. What do they call these? Walkathons. Over the course of this season, let's just say this summer. Day One Adventures is going to bring us all sorts of food reviews, similar to what we saw from Cruising on the High Season Travel today. And then travel when they can. And then shorts over here have gotten into 5,700, 9,500 and beyond. And then live streams on the channel as well. They've brought us one so far. We got notification bells on so that we can hopefully catch them the next time they're going to do that. Cake and Me Eat Day with Cherry. The music stream has just started. I wonder if Jaden will come over there today because it's his birthday tomorrow. Hopefully he's going to catch that. And then Driving Daily is coming up. What I'm going to get you to do, I'm going to get you to pardon me just for a second. It's not going to be 3.5 minutes, but I'll be right back.
Are you out there grinding, day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first 1,000 subs to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Tuber Chat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your...
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I hit the wrong button. I hope everybody's still here. I accidentally put the ending song. I didn't mean to do that. Forgive me, everyone. We still got a couple channels to go through. We got 2 more after this. Driving Daily is up on the screen right now. Driving Daily. I might have sent a couple people away thinking we were done. And there's the link again for anybody that needs it. Driving Daily has a collection of cars. They actually repair their own vehicles. A lot of passion comes out of this creator when they talk about the different ideas, like how the auto industry's landscape might change over the coming years. And then when we look at the channel, we see they've got a brand new video here. So I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them. Once in a while, they take us for a different type of adventure, and there's a lot of drifting videos on the channel. That was noticed by people here in the chat when they first started coming into the Tuber Chat family. 11,000, 18,000, 35,000 on some of these shorts. And then Driving Daily has got live streams as well. And they've started doing a lot more of these, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. We got notification bells on for every single channel, of course. And they're working on 1,500 subscribers. And then, yeah, Brown Girl Bella, Jake Huston did the one that we have here for Tuber Chat. And they were, I forget what he did. if he sent it as an MP3. I can't remember. I always send everything over Dropbox, but I just can't remember what he did, or if he emailed it to me or something like that. But there has to be a way, if whoever did it still has it like in the system, they might be able to get it for you. I haven't made one yet. I haven't made one with Suno. I have tried a little bit. I just haven't been happy with anything I've seen yet. And then my Other's Keeper is up on the screen right now. This creator is working on 300 subscribers, and they have a little bit of information on their About section, but it looks like it's going to be a lot of variety and a lot of conversation, actually. We've seen them collaborate with many other people. Most of those videos look like they were cut like the shorts here out of some of the live streams, and some of these have gotten into almost 800 views there, and then live streams are frequent, so you see that they're on sometimes more than once a day, but it looks like just about daily over here. And then a lot of spiritual inspiration as well, I can see. So we'd love to push them towards the 300 subscribers we know they're thinking about, and hopefully I'll catch them for this live stream tomorrow afternoon. We'll spin the wheel, and thank you everybody for the time that you've spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be here every day, and certainly not for 3 hours every time we stream, but I hope you'll continue with us and come over to our copyright-free music channel. We're going to stream over there for an hour. It's already begun. I'll show it to you in another moment. There's music playing, a video game going, and hopefully everybody will connect with all of our moderators if you haven't already. I'm sure everybody can understand these live streams wouldn't be what they are if it wasn't for their help. Brown Girl Bella is up on the screen right now. We'll look at Butler Family Farm in a quick second here. And then when we look at this creator, we see somebody who's been with me since before Tuberchat was even a thought. We're coming up on our 5-year anniversary, which means I've been connected to Brown Girl Bella for close to 6 years, if you can believe that. She's been with us from the beginning and still comes through as often as she can to support other creators. I'm just going to grab the latest video here, put this into my catch-up list. She always started, or she started so many years ago with Get Ready With Me type videos, has always been into beauty. She does a masterful job of bringing people into her world. For instance, when she has members, they become Bellafied, and she does a really good job of staying independent with her channel, now over 5,000 subscribers, and shorts have gotten into 8,000, 10,000 views on a couple of these live streams on the channel as well. She's live every Thursday and every Sunday as a minimum, and Thursdays is more conversation. It can go just about anywhere. Sundays is more get ready with me type ideas. The conversation accompanies it, but you get an idea of the professional job that Brown Girl Bella has been doing all of these years. Monetized, of course, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And she has been a silver member for as long as I can remember here on this channel, which means we see her channel every single day, same as we do with Home Bartending with John. Butler Family Farm is everybody's BFF. We've got just enough time for this one more channel. This is Jerry and Susan. They bring us 116 acres of farming and homesteading on their channel. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that into my catch-up list right now. They get involved in all sorts of outdoor content. They've got all kinds of equipment. They show us what it takes to look after 116 acres, including the livestock. They've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, bees, and soon koi on this farm. And then they've got a lot of footage where they take us into the kitchen. They bring us into their home. Jerry brings us into the shop. He does a lot of woodworking. They've got shorts on the channel, all complimentary to the long form content, getting into 10,000, 12,000, one over 52,000 views, and then live streams on the channel. I've got the notification on for tomorrow's live stream. They're on every Monday at 6:45 Eastern. It's a chance to either get to know Jerry and Susan or other creators. They head out to a lot of meetups, like the one that they just went to a couple of weeks ago. Jerry was at this one with a lot of other creators. And sometimes they do StreamYard panels where they're introducing us to other generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters as well. There's Jerry right there. So hopefully everybody will connect with Butler Family Farm. Forgive my quick exit, but let's head over to the music channel. I did say I was going to show it to you. And this is what I'm talking about. There's already a handful of people in the chat. There's music going. It's like a virtual nightclub. There's a video game going. We can play and bet and do slots and roulette and all kinds of stuff over there. So I hope everybody will come over for an hour, and then Michael's Adventures will have a premiere for us. So lots of opportunity to continue connecting, and thank you everybody for the time that you spent. I hope I'll see you over there. Bye-bye, everyone.
Are you out there grinding day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first 1,000 subs to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Superchat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Superchat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Superchat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Superchat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Superchat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Superchat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Superchat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Superchat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Superchat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Superchat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Superchat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.